Hey, welcome everybody to the 2017 North American Showdown. I'm excited about the games today. We have some awesome games planned. We are going to be doing a 3-game series, and you guys are here at the right time. We're going to be your hosts for today, just to do a couple introductions in case you guys don't know us. My name is Flamehopper. We're also joined by P90 Princess, and we have Pineapples right here. So, first of all, we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves, and then we are going to start to talk about the games that we're going to be doing today. Like I said, my name's Flamehopper. I am a competitive H1Z1 player. I am also associated with the organization Counterlogic Gaming, or CLG. I competed in the Fight for the Crown tournament this last April and placed 4th place. I'm a partnered streamer on Twitch. I love the game. I love the community, and I'm very, very ecstatic to be here casting these games today. This is the 4th showdown that we've been doing.
The 4th.
We're going to have 5 showdowns in total, and this is the 4th. So, we've had a lot of awesome games. We have more to come, and I'm looking forward to it. P90, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell them a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Flame. I'm also super excited to be here. My name is P90 Princess, and I am also a broadcaster on Twitch TV. I also work in film and television. I just spent the last 3 years working on the TV show Grimm on NBC, and that's also something I'm pursuing. I absolutely love H1Z1. I have about 2,000 hours in the game, and I'm so excited to watch my friends compete today. I don't know what the turnout is going to be.
I'm excited. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you for watching. And Piney.
You have the floor.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pineapples. Most of you guys out there know me, but if you don't, I am an H1Z1 partner streamer, content creator, and professional player. I play for the organization Denial Esports. You guys saw me recently in the Fight for the Crown tournament, as well as the 2016 Invitational. I was a Take Your Shot winner, as well as a 2015 Showdown. So I have a long track record with H1Z1 in the community, and so it's an honor to be here up on the caster's desk today.
Definitely. Very, very cool. So many of you guys know a lot about H1Z1. A lot of you guys are probably competitive players already, and you're already very experienced. However, for those of you who might not know everything about H1Z1 King of the Kill, or if you're thinking about getting the game yourself, we're going to talk to you a little bit about what this game is all about, what the purpose of the game, what the players are going to be trying to do. Piney, go ahead and tell them about what H1Z1 King of the Kill is and what the players are trying to accomplish in these games.
Well, H1Z1 is a massive arena shooter. Basically, 170 players parachute into a map empty-handed, have to scavenge for supplies, weapons, and vehicles, and basically fight to the death. However, other players aren't the only threats in this game. There is a toxic gas that fills up the map and forces players into a small area to be the last man standing.
Of course, there's a lot that can go wrong, and only one way to win. It's going to be crazy, and we have all of the very, very skilled players that are going to be playing. This, I'm really, really excited because, I mean, all of us are North American players, so we know many of the players that are going to be competing today. It's basically like watching all of our friends compete to try to be the best representing the North American region. So, regarding the format of this tournament, because this tournament is working a little bit differently than other tournaments in the past, P90, tell them a little bit about the format of the tournament, how the qualifications have worked for this tournament, and what we're going to be looking out for today in the games.
Absolutely. So these are the best of the best players. There are 3 games that are going to be played today, and the winners, the top 10 of the 3 matches today, are going to be taking home that golden AR that we're going to learn about in just a second. But they've been competing from Seasons 3 and Seasons 4, and these are the top players from both of those leaderboards. So there's a lot of great players to be looking out for.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And you mentioned they're playing for some particular prizes.
They are.
Not only the players are going to be the winners, however. Each and every one of the players are going to walk away with something, and the top 10 players of this overall showdown are going to be walking away with something, but also you guys can be walking away from something. What are they going to be walking away with, Piney, and what are the players trying to play for as well?
Well, everybody who has qualified for the 2017 Showdown is going to be receiving the animated 2017 Showdown AR-15.
Would you look at that?
You guys see it right here on the screen, paint dripping. All the players already have it equipped on their bags, but the top 10 players after the 3 games are going to be receiving the golden animated Showdown AR-15.
That's
Look at
gold.
it, glossy.
That's gold.
It's got a sleek glow. You see a lot of players, a little bit from the other regions, have already taken their prize, but today is North America's time to shine. These guys aren't the only winners today, though. You guys at home are going to be receiving an AR skin. If you guys haven't already done so, there is a code on the screen, Showdown NA, Showdown NA. You guys go to h1z1.com/redeem and enter your activation code, or go to the main menu of H1Z1, go to the marketplace, and enter the code there, Showdown NA. You guys will be awarded this free skin shown right here.
Free skin?
Yeah, free.
Free AR skin?
$3.99.
What?
It's
That's
it's
incredible.
awesome. You guys can only redeem it once once per account. It is non-tradable, and the code right here is only going to be available during today's broadcast. So if you guys are watching this right now, you guys are more than welcome to. The code is going to be active until today's broadcast is over. You guys will have one more chance after today for tomorrow's Asia Pacific Showdown at 7 p.m. But for now, if you guys are here, get the Showdown NA or get the Showdown AR using code Showdown NA.
Perfect, perfect. Again, it's going to be only available during the duration of the broadcast, so you got about 3 hours from now to redeem that, and as many people who can get it can get it. It's not limited to only one person or only 100 people. Each and every one of you guys, if you have not already gotten the code from one of the past codes, you can do it, and you can receive your free AR, which is everybody's favorite word. Everybody likes free stuff. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so let's talk about the games. We know about the format. We know how players have been qualifying. There are a bunch of really not only talented players, but a lot of really, really known players in these games. It's going to be crazy watching everybody play. You mentioned before, players are going to be playing not only to win, not only to place, but also for kills. Like I was saying, this tournament is a little different than other tournaments because it's taking the overall combined score from the 3 games, adding up those combined scores, and the top 10 players who have the highest combined scores across the 3 games are going to be the winners of that golden AR. So we're looking for consistency. Players who can place high in like top 20s, top 15, top 10 consistently are going to be able to get into the top 10, or the players who are able to win one of the games and then have an admirable performance in the next couple of games can also walk away with it. But I'm curious to see the play styles and if players are going to be playing more passive or if players are going to be playing more aggressive.
There's no telling with this one.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different scenarios from different regions, like South America kind of played a little bit more passive. Australia, straight up savage, jumping out on everybody, cod rushes everywhere, fights breaking out.
I couldn't believe it.
The thing about this showdown is we've seen people who actually didn't win a game get into, top 10, get into, even first. Like some players just had such a good, consistent score, getting into the top 10 every game. Maybe not closing it out, but able to secure themselves that golden AR, but just by playing consistently. And that's a big, factor into this game. Now, just as a reminder for you guys at home, if you guys are participating in the North American Showdown today, please do not change your name in between games. We've said this many times, but do not change your name. Your score is attached to your name that you go in with, so do not change it in between matches, or you're basically resetting your score and kind of ruining your opportunity for that gold AR. Just a word of warning. So if you do know players, I know a lot of people in the audience are fans of the people participating today, let them know ahead of time to not change their name.
Don't change the name, of course.
Yeah, definitely something you already want to know. There's
very good reminder.
We just want to express that ahead of time.
Perfect, perfect. So talking about the games, talking about consistency. If you guys are trying to be a consistent player in H1Z1, if you're trying to learn the game, even if you think you are a very strong player, we actually have the author of one of the most comprehensive H1Z1 guides sitting right here to my right. Pineapples has actually written a very, very good guide that everybody can benefit if you're trying to be an H1Z1 player. Pineapples, I'd love for you to tell them about where they can find the guide, what they might find in the guide, and more information about that.
Well, if you guys didn't hear, it's Pineapples. All my social media is at Pineapples, whether on Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. But I have a comprehensive Google Doc that kind of details all the nitty-gritty information that goes in H1Z1 and becoming a better player. So if you do really want to learn the game inside and out, I definitely recommend you do a read through that. It'll help not only a new player, but experienced players as well. I also have YouTube videos to supplement like the guide, kind of teach you how all this information is put to good use and how you can, progress as a player and kind of get up into the royalty rankings.
Definitely, definitely.
That's definitely helpful if you're new as well. So make sure you do that.
New or experienced alike. Like I've put about 3,000 hours into the game, and I was reading through the guide back when I saw it for the first time, and I was still learning things that I didn't know about specific damages, how much the gas does at certain points, etc., etc. So it's very, very helpful no matter how experienced of a player you are.
Right.
All right, let's start to talk about these players. All of these players are royalty players. All of these players are incredibly skilled individuals. They've been playing the game for a long time. A few of them also played in the first Showdown over a year and a half ago and have already acquired the first golden AR. So do we have any top picks? Do we have any players that we want to be taking a look at specifically while we're watching these games?
Yeah, for me personally, I want to see Prodigy Aces succeed. I've seen him come out of nowhere in Season 3 and Season 4, taking the top of that. Well. Yeah, taking the top of that leaderboard. And he's definitely someone I want to watch and I'm voting for NA.
Perfect. What about you, Piney?
For myself personally, a lot of you guys know fan favorites, so I'm going to try to highlight some of the more lesser-known North American players. The two people I'm going to be looking out for are Losido, Losido, and Sweet Dreams H1. Both of these players are relatively new to the scene, but are coming in with the storm. Both of these guys are very strong players, and they're definitely going to be highlighted in today's matches.
Perfect. All the players are getting ready for the first game of the Showdown. Guys, in chat, if you guys are ready for the first game of the North American Showdown, get some hype in the chat for these players. I know they're going to need it. Let's turn our eyes to Fort Destiny and watch the players starting to get ready for these first games today.
Oh, man.
So players that I'm looking for, I mean, let's be honest.
Look at all these names.
Each and every one of these players are amazing. They're all
They really are.
You might recognize many of the names, but I got to shout out some of my top picks here. Of course, one of my teammates and good buddies, Grimmy Bear. He's a professional H1Z1 player on Counter Logic Gaming like myself. He's been around the game for a long time. He was one of the players that I was talking about who actually already owns one of the first original, the OG golden ARs from the first Showdown a long time ago.
He's looking for number 2. I see right there on the helicopter blade my good buddy Drassel. I know he wants to take this tournament by storm.
Drassel.
There's so many players. Adrian,
We see Adrian
Jeej,
right
Big
there,
K, Mel 2Tap. All of these players extremely skilled and known in the community, really trying to cement their name into the H1Z1 scene.
Of course, of course. We also have the current #1 solo kills record holder, Ninja. The first player to ever get 38 kills in a solo game competing in this Showdown, so he's going to be putting up a good fight as well.
And it looks like game 1 is now underway. All the players are spread out across the map. You're going to be seeing players go to the outskirts of places most of you guys haven't even seen before.
Yes.
You know, we have Shurima Wizard, the fight for the
Shurima
crown
Wizard.
winner for the Obey Alliance. Shurima is absolutely insane at the game. Somebody that's going to be highlighted in this tournament. He is going for #1 for sure. Adrian as well for Luminosity Gaming. These players are unreal and have been in the scene for a long time.
Absolutely. Echo Fox Mini, one of the first professional players in the H1Z1 community, playing for Echo Fox. He and his whole team are going to be participating. We saw Howie, who's another member of Echo Fox, playing earlier.
Menma.
Menma being the first blood of the North American Showdown. He is actually a friend of mine going down first. That's got to be unfortunate, but somebody has to do it.
And it looks like he also got assisted by active FPS, so he must have gotten pinched in a pretty bad situation.
We have Carta in a 1v1 here versus
has
Rad
no
Enzo.
helmet.
Both players have no helmets. Full spray coming out
Oh, it
from
looks
Carta.
like unless he can get that crazy headshot on Carta, he's going to
Oh,
take him out. Yeah,
so
Carta
close.
did take out Rad
You
Enzo.
had to know he had to be nervous right there. Even though it's only an R380, it's scary to get headshot.
Of course, of course. Shurima Wizard is trying to run away. He does not want to get two-tapped. He's in a bad situation, so he's getting out of there really, really quick.
Yeah, Shurima does not have a helmet. He is on the run. You're going to see a little bit more aggression. These players are extremely confident in their shot.
Yeah, like we were seeing, like you said earlier, we saw some different gameplay styles. In EU, there was a lot of players favoring the AR. In Australia, we saw a lot of players favoring the shotgun close range. I think we might see a combination of that in the North American community.
Oh, we got Sleets here pretty much hanging on for dear life. So many players here are going to be in Pleasant Valley, but it's so dangerous to loot here. You're going to get kind of like stuck out in looting. You're going to walk into the wrong building.
Oh, you're going to go to
Skies
the building
here.
with somebody else just like this. It looks like we have a medium close range shotgun fight.
Constantinople is just getting out of there. People do not want to die early. If you die early, you're really hindering your stats here. Sky's
He
coming
runs
up on
into
Carter.
another player. Skies cannot get a break right here.
Now, this
Skies is just trying to avoid the players, it looks like.
Now, there's a lot of players, too, that we're going to be looking at. It's like players like Inboxes, the 2016 Invitational winner, is also in a game like this. You're going to be looking to see who is really consistent in a tournament environment.
Of course, of course.
I'm curious to see if Linden FPS is going to play aggressively like he usually does, or if he's going to hold back and passively play this first game.
He's a very, very aggressive player, but we'll
Yeah.
see if he tries to prioritize kills or if he
I
tries to
see him in
prioritize
PV
staying
right
alive.
now.
Yeah, we have...
The first safe zone has been announced on the northwest side, encompassing all of Harris Bluffs, part of Pleasant Valley, the residential area south of Harris, and all of the areas in between.
My main man here, Sloth, a player on my team for Denial, taking shots at Patriots Live, already bringing him down to half HP. Now, Sloth is deadly with the AK. He is no joke when it comes to this weapon.
He's incredibly accurate. He's a very, very smart player. He knows that even if he does get the kill, but he's hurt a bunch, he's going to be put into a bad situation if there's another player. So that was smart of him to not completely overcommit and risk getting put into a really horrible situation. Like you said before, if you die in this first game early, you really have to play catch-up afterward in order to save your spot and basically save your position on the top 10.
Here we have Kyreg, former Team Gates player, extremely good at the game, taking a 1v1 versus Clutch. Drassel and Prodigy Aces both picking up a kill in the kill feed.
Yeah, it seems like some of the top picks we had, they're already doing work in this game here today, getting some kills, showing their skill.
It seems we're starting off a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, Kyreg is
For
kind
game
of
one.
trying to pick up one of those kills. He's not overcommitting, he's not rushing, but he does want to pick up a kill if he can.
It's going to be interesting. We haven't exactly seen the safe zone over the last few showdowns. This is going to be encompassing Harris Bluffs in the top left, as well as Salty Tear Lake and Lone Pine. It's going to be like open fields. Cars are going to be very prevalent in the safe zone. So if you're going to be on foot, you might be at a huge disadvantage crossing these open fields and open terrain areas.
Definitely, definitely. Going to the west and going to the northwest specifically from Pleasant Valley is one of the hardest safe zones to rotate to if you don't have a car, simply because, like you said, there's a bunch of open space. There's some hills, there's some ridges, and then it's a big open gap before you can get to some trees.
It's going to be interesting to see how these players play it out. Like, I know a lot of these people want to make a name for yourself. Denial Sloth taking out Patriots Live in your boxes, taking out C-Class with the assist of Sean Easy. Ninja here, I know, definitely a community favored pick. Let's see how he does in a tournament environment. He was ranked 1 in the previous season, so he's wanting to see if he can cement this this like legacy he's building for himself. Here's inboxes, you know, kind of looking for the person who assisted his kill. Still bleeding, but taking time to recover, see if he's going to get some loot. Linden FPS actually going down already, 134th to a shotgun.
Oh no, Linden got taken out by a shotgun? That is unexpected. He's a master with the shotgun, so somebody must have gotten a really, really nice shot on Linden.
He's probably not too happy about that one.
It's okay, Linden. You got game 2 and game 3 to prove yourself. There's still time. There's still time. I also saw Kevy in the background. Kevy is a very, very strong player. He was also on Team Obey, the winners of the Fight for the Crown tournament. So all of them, we know that they're good at surviving. They're good at performing in tournament situations.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Rogue FPS taken out. I sense he barely living with 10 HP.
Oh, that must have been a close fight.
And while we're kind of hitting this mid-game low, remember, guys, code Showdown NA. Code Showdown NA. Get yourself a free AR skin if you guys haven't already done so.
Exactly. Free AR skin. Ooh. So Shurima Wizard, he's got a good strategy right now. He picked up a police car, which is the fastest car in the game, the most mobile car in the game. He's going to be moving around. I'm sure he might be taking fights if he can get free shots, but he's just going to be prioritizing living from now.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. Jeesh right here is an extremely skilled player. He plays for Panda Global. He is professional. This guy is no joke.
He is not. He's incredibly versatile in H1. He knows close range, medium range, far range. Look at that on the top of the screen. Shurima Wizard has actually gotten killed by Reptar.
That's unfortunate for Shurima. He's probably not too happy about that, but don't worry, Shurima. You know, players who have died early, you guys are able to bounce back. Now, there is an airdrop, and I'd like to really point out that Sloth is in the area. Sloth is absolutely obsessed with the 308 hunting rifle. He will go for it no matter what, whether solo or in a team environment. This man loves the sniper.
Yeah, we have not seen a lot of sniper rifle plays in the past Showdown games that we've been watching in the other regions. I think only one player got it in the first Showdown that we did.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much hunting rifle prevalence, but we're gonna have to see players maybe like someone like Stay Lifted or Sloth are gonna be kind of contesting that hunting rifle.
Of course. I know a lot of players are incredibly, incredibly strong with it and can use it to great effect.
You know, I haven't seen. Let's see, we got Nightwalker, Afro, Prox, Boxes. So many players are on the outskirts or in the bottom right. Look at Adrian
and Schaefer. They're doing a dance far, far, far on the southeast side
They're
of the
in the
map.
opposite corner of the safe zone. Swagger Lead TV taking shots at illicit Tross here, but he's also in a crossfire with another player. Swagger's got to be careful here. Looks like he's just going to take his truck and run. You got to be careful fighting in this early game. You just do not want to be taken out early. It's definitely demoralizing, but you do have the ability to bounce back. And we saw that in the European Showdown. Players who did really, like, you know, subpar game 1 were able to actually bounce back and get into the game 2. Look at Inboxes hanging out here on the base of a mountain on the opposite side of the map. He is just having a grand old time.
Exactly. That's a smart play. That's a smart play. Aladdin, also one of the players on Obey from the Fight for the Crown. He was one of the winners of the Fight for the Crown tournament as well. Aladdin is an incredibly strong player and an awesome streamer. If you haven't seen his stream, Aladdin, definitely go check it out.
Taking shots onto S. Brown here. It looks like he doesn't connect anywhere. S. Brown now is aware of his presence. These players aren't the only ones alone. Aladdin's definitely going to reposition his car. Does not want to lose it this early in the game.
Exactly. Now, it's a fine line. Even if you get a good situation where you can get a few shots on another player, it's a fine line between taking advantage of a free kill and then overcommitting. Because as soon as somebody starts to pinch you, or as soon as you get hit once or twice, you start to go downhill. Because if there's anybody around you to pinch you, you're going to go down. There's not much you can do if somebody's behind you, so you don't want to overcommit. And a lot of these players are playing very, very, very smartly, very intellectually, making sure that they aren't overcommitting. Tokyo Ghoul, I've seen him play before. He is an absolute slayer as well. He seems to be in a pretty good position. Not a lot of players right around him. He has a police car. He has mobility.
I believe that's CBK.
Yeah, I like the point. Tokyo Ghoul is Echo Fox CBK Flame. One of the original, I believe Flame has a gold AR, does he not?
I think you're right.
I think CBK Flame does have a gold AR.
One of the original Flames.
One of the original. My Flame brother.
No joke. Now, this is another player that's relatively new to the scene, Imperial Hall. He has done stellar in Champions Arena. He has insane stats in a competitive environment. He's really trying to, like, cement a name for himself. And then you have players like Flux here who hide in their pajamas in a bathroom and try to do their best to make
standoff.
it. It is a standoff here. We have Riot with an O.
Are you almost done in the bathroom?
Yeah, it looks like.
Are you almost done in the bathroom?
Pulling a Howie.
I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, we call that the
Taking
Howie
notes.
now,
Yeah.
sitting in a bathroom for a long period of time.
You
Reptar.
gotta chew your food.
The Shurima Wizard Killer. Kind of taking shots, asserting like himself at the top of the mountain here in the safe zone. Look at Aladdin, way up there, heading to Mount Everest for a mountain climbing adventure. He's really staying away from everybody.
He's an athletic guy. He's an athletic player. He likes outdoor activities. He likes climbing mountains. He likes going swimming. He's just off exploring and staying safe to boot.
Yeah, look at Attacker, one of the rank 1 kills from Season 4. Season 3 maybe, is actually taken out of the game very early.
Kyreg was flexing a little bit, trying to get some shots off, more or less trying to make sure that the other player doesn't get too close to him than actually going for the decisive kill. But there are two players that look like they're in the trees, not too far away from him. Let's see if this fight in the trees is going to have some action here.
Looks like we got a 1v1 between Samuel
He is
and
pushing
Wicked.
up.
He's
Samuel
pushing him
wants
with a
this.
shotgun. That's incredibly aggressive.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
I'm going to have
Wow.
to say that Wicked played
Wow.
that extremely poorly and definitely could have used his cover more
Could have
effectively.
used the cover or just hopped in the vehicle and left. Samuel really
Yeah.
took advantage of that. I was surprised to see Samuel push him that quickly because with shotguns, anything can happen. You can get shot once with a shotgun and die so quickly. That rushing somebody in a game where the stakes are this high is very, very surprising.
And don't forget, if you want that AR skin, it's Showdown in A. Showdown in A for a free AR skin on H1Z1.com.
There's the code at the bottom of the screen right there, and there's the AR that you're going to be receiving. The code is only valid during the duration of this broadcast, so if you're watching this live, you're here at the right time. If you haven't gotten that code yet, go ahead and go to the website and redeem that right now.
So we have a 1v1 here for Death for You, and Gabe is Mon. Looks like Gabe is going to be retreating after taking some damage in the gas grenade. He is lower on the river. He might have an angle on Death for You in just a second.
Let's talk about throwables for a little bit. Generally, a lot of players in public matches use frag grenades and will use Molotovs, and sometimes you'll see some smoke grenades. But in these showdowns, we've been seeing mastery of not only flashbang grenades, but also gas grenades and all of the nades to great effect. And speaking of great effect, Death for You, great shots. Great shots to great effect, getting that 2-tap on Gabismon.
Boxes using his trusty ATV to cross with the gas. It's a very effective technique, kind of riding the wave of gas and, you know, kind of just cementing himself into the safe zone a little bit early. Look at all the players in the gas. You have players like Prox, Breeze, Active, Clutch, who are kind of stuck way out there and they're going to have to continuously move. It's really unfortunate. It doesn't look like Prox actually has a vehicle by the pace of the
looks
way
like
his
he's
dot's
stuck on
moving.
foot.
We might see a choke right there for sure.
Oh, no. No, not Prox.
And there's one of the players I wanted to highlight, Lucido taking his first kill of the game on Helyaman. Flux still hanging
in
out
the
here.
bathroom.
We
Pulling
still,
Howie.
we still have that little bit of a standoff going on here. Flux is making sure nobody comes into his bathroom. ADS in the shotgun, making sure that nobody gives him any trouble.
Still
Look at the
114 players remaining.
That
That's
is
kind of
impressive.
amazing,
That's
yeah.
a lot of survivors. There were only about 145 players to begin this game, and still 114 of them are left.
It's like we have Ninja here kind of cementing himself at a roadblock, just playing patiently. He does not need to prove that he can kill at this point. He has 38 kills in a single BR match. At this point, he's going for the win, and the win that counts.
Definitely, definitely. He wants to survive. He wants to get some points. I'm sure he's going to fight people off if they're getting too close, but more or less to fight them off so that they're not going to rush him. Speaking of which, Thugga is about 200 meters away, crossing over to the right, but I don't think he's going to give Ninja any trouble.
I like the idea of having an ATV in this game, in this match, because it's small, it's mobile, it's quick, you can get away, and I feel like that's definitely
Definitely,
a
it's a
benefit.
smaller target. Oh, look at this here. We got a fight breaking out on the mountain. Get Rich TV got his helmet shot off. He also has a vehicle to escape. I think he's probably just going to get out of there. He doesn't want to force a fight if he doesn't have to. He'd rather reposition to a spot where he can post up and be in less danger.
Yeah, I'd just like to take a minute to point out that this is a 3-game system. So, you know, as your game progresses, you build up score for placement as well as building up score for kills. And what's going to happen here is we're going to take all your scores from your 3 games and we're going to tally them up. The top 10 scores from the games are actually going to get, you know, awarded the gold AR. Looks like Squeegee and
Inbox is
Losito are
getting into
taken
a fight
out.
here.
Ooh, this is a
He's
battle of
Inbox
titans.
is actually kind of pinched. One of the players is in the gas, healing up, and Measley is right by this rock. If the player behind him comes out of the gas, Inbox is going to be put into a horrible situation.
Is that Thule behind him?
Now, Measley is no joke. He is a really renowned slayer in the game. So is Inbox. This is an insane 1v1.
Oh,
Inbox is-
Measley shot down to basically one shot. He
Inbox
might
is
actually
landing.
bleed off.
Beautiful shots. Measley might be
This
taken
nade
out of the
happens.
game.
Oh, he's still alive. Measley is not going down to the nade. Another nade coming in right now. Measley, are you going to be taken out? He is.
Well done. Well played by Boxes here. Landing effective shots and just using the frag grenade to finish, not risking the open field push. There is C9 mobs in the distance, so he's got to be very careful here looting.
That was well played. Well played. He had his back covered. He didn't rush when he didn't have to. He used nades very, very strategically. That's why Inbox has won the Invitational. A phenomenal player. Very, very smart and very good game sense.
And that's why he won the 2016 Invitational. He's here to cement his legacy
Good
even
under pressure,
further.
for sure.
He's very consistent
Under
too.
pressure.
Looks like we got Truba, a Vix, Moon, Symphony, a relatively new Slayer, but definitely you saw him in preseason 2. He was rank 1 on the board, so he is
Yes.
no joke. There's another player out there too, Rethink.
Rethink, he's been killing it lately.
Yeah.
Rethink has been grinding harder than any player in this last couple of seasons, trying to get to the top, playing very, very well in solos. It's good to see him in this event. It's good to see him in this event.
Now I know we have a few players out there too. It's gonna be interesting to see how these all play out. Looks like Ninja recently, finished up a fight. I see an airdrop off in the distance, right south of Harris Bluffs. So hopefully we get to see some hunting rifle action coming out of these players.
Yeah.
103 players remaining. This
This
is
is a lot
yeah,
of
And
players.
the
We're
safe
about to
zone
see a
is
lot
about
of
to get
deaths.
small.
We started with 148 for you guys at home, so 45 people have already died, but this is the second wave of gas closing in. We have a fight
Rogue
between
lifted
two
and
Titans
Mini.
here. Mini Trues, aka Fox Mini versus Rogue, stay lifted. Both of these guys are insane at the game, and looks like they're just going to back away from each other. Definitely
Mini
don't
does
want to
not
take
want
this
that fight. He's in the gas. It's a bad situation. There's one of my teammates, CLG Calzy versus Brother 2G. Brother 2G has been around the game for a long time as well. He's in a little bit of a bad situation in the gas and bleeding. Calzy's got him pretty well pinched. But Brother 2G might be able to escape. Let's see how Calzy's going to play this. If he's going to wrap around and try to take the advantage, or if he's just going to get out of there and not risk it. The big risk in standing in the same place or staying in the same spot, even to pinch somebody else, is the risk of getting pinched yourself. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah, Rogue lifted in the gas too. You see Monster off in the distance. Mini kind of healing up here. 99 taps in the forest above him. Like, you're going to have to make your way here. We have Cloak and Prox in Pleasant Valley, kind of just running for their lives, trying to get into the safe zone here. So many players on the outskirts of the safe zones here.
Cloak was way up to the far northeast. I don't know if he has a vehicle or not.
I don't know how he managed to get himself in a PV. He's probably struggling, but at this stage in the game, gas is not extremely lethal, so you will be able to persevere and keep running.
Definitely, definitely.
Looks like lifted, waiting patiently, taking shots at 99 taps. It doesn't seem to connect, but 99 taps loses his
99
car,
taps
loses
is
his
forced to
armor.
hop out of the car. Is he gonna rush? Is he gonna rush? Oh my
Ooh.
goodness! You do not want to rush Rogue lifted
Yes.
because you're gonna get put down.
Such an effective use of cover there. He only peeked for just a split second, took off his armor before the fight, so he knew that one shot was going to happen if he connected.
Well done, well done. That was unfortunate of 99 to actually run into that tree with the truck. He was not able to escape and was forced into a fight that he might not have wanted to take.
Yeah, there's a few other players too who haven't really been highlighted, just like the Visions. I think he's going under the name Sean Easy. We have players such as Bizarre TV, who was in a fight for the crown, and players like this, Tom Dez, who are trying to make a name for themselves kind of in the scene.
Well, so far he's been doing well.
Utilisez lifted, and Tom Dez pinching lifted here. Utilisez getting shot from the side. Tom Dez going down. Constantinople as well, and Revo all down at the same time. 92 players remaining.
Wow. Now the big question is, does he know that Rogue Lifted is in the trees right next to him as well? If he goes up to loot and doesn't know Lifted is there, he might get taken out while he's looting.
Looks like we still have some pretty key players too. Da FPS, Drassel, Symphony, Kamikaze. So many players. Carta being the first person.
Taken out by the toxic
That's the second person
gas.
who lost the gas,
Second
yeah.
death to the gas in this game.
That's gotta hurt Carta's pride just a little bit there.
The FPS and the Rion and Truba all kind of in a line over by the fields and the forest.
Oh, Drassel taking out Echo Fox Mini.
Ooh,
That's
a
key
big play.
kill.
That's a big play. Ryan is about half health in the smoke. He has the protection of smoke. Truba is trying to wrap around and maybe sneak up on Rion from behind if Rion does not know that he's going. And it looks like he's got good visibility now. He's going to take some shots if he can. Is he going to connect with Rion? He got one shot. He got two shots. And Kevy came out of nowhere and stole that kill right from under Truba.
Ooh, Kevin landed a clean headshot. Oh my god, that damage immediately hitting him with the laser beam. Truba going down.
Kevy popping over the mountain and saying, boom, I'm going to laser beam you guys. 2 kills. Quick kills from Kevy.
Ninja's still alive, kind of riding the gas. He isn't just avoiding action. I don't blame the dude. You know, I'm surprised we haven't seen another Titan. You know, most people will call them rivals, but Tfue, my teammate, and Ninja, definitely some people you want to see go head-to-head.
We also have Nightwalker 1H, who actually in this game is going by a different name. He's going by CLG Tony Stark 1H, but Tony Stark, a.k.a. Nightwalker, CLG Nightwalker, he's been kind of flying under the radar as well. He's incredibly skilled. He's a slayer. He knows how to get the kills. He knows how to aim. He knows how to shoot. He knows how to play.
Oh,
but he's
no,
been playing very, very smart.
Ninja checking the airdrop. It looks like either there was not a hunting rifle in there or was already looted, but just above him there is another airdrop falling in.
Looks like Kevy kind of got into a fight and is trying to escape. There's 2 players in the gas behind Kevy. One only about 70 meters away and one a lot farther away.
It looks like
Transpair is going to be coming out right behind Kevy.
It looks like Prox actually found himself a vehicle. The way he's moving, he looks like he can make it to the gas line, helping XD going down.
Transpair is coming right out of the gas behind Kevy. Kevy has no idea. Kevy's actually taking another fight, and Transpair is going to come out right behind him. Kevy,
wow.
there's an enemy. Transpair is coming
Oh!
out. What?
Kevy
Kevy is unstoppable. Transpair had the drop on him. He did not even see, and Kevy just whipped around with a shotgun and quickly closed out that fight in one shot and went back to holding his position. Incredible performance under pressure by Kevy.
Yeah, game 1 is definitely looking very good for Kevy for points.
Kevy,
we
the
want to look
man.
at.
Yeah, definitely a lot of kills. Tom Dez being hit by the gas grenade versus JP2, another extremely skilled player. Very effective at medium and long range fights. JP2 is absolutely nuts.
JP2 is such a skilled player and an incredibly positive individual in the H1Z1 community.
And he has a long track record. He was one of the few people in the original 2015 Showdown, so he has a lot to prove. He wants to keep kind of his title from that for sure.
Tom Desi is relocating, maybe to get another angle on JP2 or maybe just to get out of the fight. He is only at about 60% health, but he's throwing some nades. JP2 is going to have to relocate.
Now, there's a lot of players. I just see on the kill feed, Panda TV Lin Han, that is actually Tfue taking out, or getting an assist on Kyrie 22. Denial Sloth taking out Thugga with the assist on Crank.
Kevy's still holding down the same spot. He's kind of using his Jeep and the natural terrain and the vehicle there in order to hold off a zone and try to be safe. There's our man CBK Flame going by the name Tokyo Ghoul. He's still in this game.
Now, we need to just point out, you know, players, I know a lot of my friends out there in the audience who have been playing this game. If you guys died early, you are not out. JP2 going down to Tom Desby, the assist of JMO. That is extremely unfortunate. But if you guys are taken out of the game early, you guys still have a chance to bounce back. Prodigy Ace is taken out by Symphony.
Got Buffalo in the background on the ridge. I don't know if Buffalo sees Kevy or not. Kevy definitely sees Buffalo. Buffalo's actually getting shot from, I think that was Kevy. He might be getting pinched.
Ooh, Kamikaze with the hunting rifle versus CBK Flame in the open, trying not to get his headshot off.
Something is going to happen very, very quickly here. CBK Flame versus Kamikaze, and this is the fight for the hunting rifle.
Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
Flame is able to take him out. Now, if he has a smoke grenade, he could throw that down and loot that hunting rifle safely, and CBK Flame is very strong with that hunting rifle. Buffalo is running for his life. He doesn't want to get taken out. He's trying to find a safe spot to lay down and heal. trying to remain safe, throwing a smoke nade for some protection. The
Now,
safe zone is getting smaller and smaller around Harris Bluffs
look
and
at
to
all
the
these
southeast.
players here. I like to point out, especially like a player in the bottom left, his name is Teenage. He was a former Overwatch pro, recently converted to H1, but the dude is absolutely insane. In one of his games, he had close to 30 kills with 15 remaining. Unfortunately, got taken out of the game, but just to show that a player of his caliber is competing in this event, it's going to be good to see him get some exposure.
Exactly, exactly. He knows how to kill. He knows how to play. Looks like Get Rich TV is not going to be surviving any farther in this game, but he does have 2 more games to prove himself again. Over half of the players have died at this point.
Yeah, I haven't seen Grimmy Bear. Have you?
And
I
I have
have
not.
not.
I have not seen Grimmy Bear. He might be flying under the radar.
I think Grimmy may statistically have the worst luck in H1Z1 tournaments. So let's hope everything is going well for him this game.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully he's okay.
Ooh,
Hopefully he didn't
Kevy.
get disconnected.
Kevy picking up around his 5th kill of the game, actually taking out Stay Lifted.
That's insane. Number 1, preseason 1. Stay Lifted, taken out by Kevy. That is another Battle of Titans.
Yeah,
All right,
Kevy's having a great game for sure.
Everybody out in the chat, there's 65 players remaining in this game. A lot of legends, a lot of slayers. Who do you think is going to take the first game of this showdown? Cast your vote now. I know Inboxes is still in this game. Tim is still in this game. CBK Flame is still in this game under a different name. Schaefer is still in this game hanging out.
Sweet Dreams as well. There's so many good players, so many legends here. Chat, if you guys would like to cast your vote, go ahead and type it in the chat. Who do you guys think is going to take game 1?
Ninja.
Rogue
Ninja.
Drop Kid taking out Ninja. Dropped is a player for going rogue, and he is absolutely insane. Maybe one of the best players in the game at the moment.
He's incredible, and he just showed up by taking out Ninja.
Definitely something to be proud of.
That's incredible. You got a lot of strong players. Also, I saw Rethink has unfortunately perished in this first game, but he still has 2 more chances to prove himself. QT Venom is driving away from Rogue, dropped. He doesn't want that fight right now, or at least not in those circumstances.
You know, I haven't seen a lot of nade kills this game, so maybe things are a little bit different for NA compared to the other ones we've been watching. A lot
You're
of them
right,
are.
you're right. There have been a ton of nade kills for the EU Showdown that
Yeah.
happened earlier today.
Oh, we just got a molly kill. Speaking of the
The caster curse.
Looks
Yes.
like Dropped is looting Ninja's body here. I see Sean Easy, a.k.a. the Visions, off in the distance too. C9 Mobs, somebody that's definitely going to want the hunting rifle this game. So maybe he's going to have to take CBK Flames' hands off of it, take him out of the game.
I'm happy to see that there is a hunting rifle in play.
Yes.
Hunting rifles in play are always very, very exciting, very dramatic. You never know if somebody has a hunting rifle, especially in a game like this where all the players are absolutely amazing.
Ooh,
A
that's
hunting rifle kill could
unfortunate.
come out of nowhere.
Sleet's going down. Buffalo actually got a 99% assist.
Ooh. Also, CLG calls, he taking out Bizarre TV. Well played. We got a little bit of a fight breaking out here.
And Big K against Moon Moon. This is a battle of the peaking.
And they're very close together. Like, they're only about 20 meters away, so these 2 taps could happen so quick. I think they both just shot each other's helmets off. Big T putting on another helmet. Moon still has the advantage. Big T's pushing out of cover and still takes him out.
Nice shots by Big K.
Big K played so confidently. Holy guacamole. He was like, I know I'm down to 2 shot, but I'm going to push and I'm going to land my shots, and he did just that. Aladdin passing very, very, very close to the almost dead Big K TV. I don't know if he knows. I don't think Aladdin knows how close to death Big K is.
I don't think that's Aladdin. I think that's Alpha.
Oh.
Nope. Afro.
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 Oh, never
we can't
mind.
read.
Ooh, Imperial Hall taking out
Get to
Monster.
know,
Big
I
K
mean,
getting the
exact
grenades
move.
down. Siren's coming out, so, you know, Gas is going to be moving in. We still have some players here kind of hanging out in the residential area of Harris Bluffs. These guys aren't going to want to move at all.
They're still sleeping.
Ooh, Big K actually got caught out by Afro and is
Afro.
immediately
Taken
taken
out.
out of the game.
Afro, Aladdin.
And then
Alpha.
so
He's
many
many.
A names. It's like
He's
the
many.
A team. All right, guys. Another thing to remember, this next safe zone is going to get really, really small, and the gas is going to start doing extra damage. So the players that are out in the gas, like Mobs, Symphony, Inboxes, Sloth, CBK Flame, they're all going to be taking double damage from this gas, so they cannot stay out there for that long.
And Zachary just took out Cam Soda. Zachary is definitely one to watch. He, I think, who did he just take out that we were just looking at? I can't
I missed the
remember.
name. Hit
Yeah, I
registration.
did as well. But he's definitely one to watch.
I believe hit registration is T. I believe.
You know, that sounds about right.
I could be wrong on
Sounds
that
about
one.
right with
Chat's
hit
probably going to be like, You know, Pine, you're totally wrong. Get some fail fishes, but I think that could be tee up. We have Afro taking shots at Sloth. Sloth being at 40 HP and getting touched by the gas. This is really bad.
Yes, but all of a sudden, but this has quickly
What?
become a fight of 3 players, not only
Sloth
2 players.
is so
Inbox
done
is
for
right
here.
behind. Sloth is in the middle of both players. I don't think he's going to be able to survive unless he can get a crazy 2-tap, which he cannot.
Nope.
He's taken out by boxes.
That's unfortunate for Sloth. Taken out by boxes. That kill is important. C9 Mobs choking on toxic gas. This is all really unfortunate.
Afro
Maxa taking
knew.
out Symphony as well.
Afro knew he did not like that fight. There was one too many players there, and he's getting out of there. Gas is pushing in, doing extra damage. Still 42 players left in this teeny tiny weeny safe zone.
It's pretty amazing.
My main man,
A lot of good
Dazzle.
fights.
A lot of you guys know Dazzle from the H1 Scrims community. Fortunately taken out of the game.
Hey, making it into the top 50 though. That's
He
pretty awesome.
He will have 5 minutes to get into the queue room.
5 minutes.
Love
3
you,
minutes.
Dazzle.
Oh no, he looks
Oh,
like
no.
QT Venom misjudged some physics and his car is turning into a little bit of a roly-poly.
I'd like to see, I haven't seen, MiG99, there he is off in the distance, one of the original owners of the Gold AR. He's really gunning for a second one, that's for sure. Only one person in the world has 2 Gold ARs at the moment, that's MMX TV from the European region. So hopefully, you know, MiG can get up there. Crank on love. Ooh.
So as we see the safe zone shift, a lot of players that are in the residential area, they're just going to post up. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in 7 different buildings. And they're going to stay there as long as they can unless they're forced out by the safe zone because they don't want to die. You don't want to get taken out right now. Granted, top 40, you're going to be getting a score that's high enough where if you play consistently through the next couple of games, you will probably still be able to get top 10 overall. But you would rather put yourself in a situation where you don't have to do incredibly well. You'd rather get as many points as you can game 1 and set yourself
Right.
up for success.
I'd just like to point out real quick that MiG actually took out CBK Flame.
Whoa!
I was just gonna say that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, wow.
That is that's a big kill.
So does that mean the hunting rifle has passed from Kamikaze to CBK Flame to possibly MiG-99?
Yeah, if they get that hunting rifle, he's going to be a triple threat for sure.
I just want to see somebody kill someone with a hunting rifle. Oh no! Inboxes have been taken out by Shamrocks. Shambles! Inbox is the 2016 Invitational winner, is no longer in the first game, but he did make it top 40. This is the real Aladdin. This is not the Afro Aladdin. This is the real Aladdin. He's
Holy
still
cow.
alive, holding down the fort, and he still got his vehicle.
See, there's the original Gold AR in the hands of MiG-99. That does belong to him.
He's repping it. He's going, yo, I already have one of these. I'm going to get another one. And so far, he's been doing a good job. He's still alive. Brother 2G is in a very uncomfortable position. This is about to get awkward in the smoke and in the shotgun.
Ooh,
He's
very
taken
close,
out.
very close. Brother 2G taken out of the game by Arsenal TA.
He did his best. He was bleeding. His back was up against the gas. The gas is actually about to push in. He threw a smoke to try to survive, but he was still hunted down. Swagger Lee, and we got a medium close range
Look at
shotgun
this.
versus AR fight.
Such a display.
What?
I
Wow.
mean, what do you expect from that player? I mean, he's sitting there pressing C as hard as he can, and you know, crouching. Well, you gotta aim sometimes, buddy.
Oh no! He had a shotgun out, and he switched to his AR, and still was able to take the fight. We're down to 33. A lot of players, a lot of deaths are going to happen right about now. A lot of deaths are happening very, very quickly.
We got Spirit, SpongeBob, Jocular, Swaggerly, all kind of in this residential area. Like, this is going to get really, really tight-knit. A lot of these players are going to kind of be forced to fight soon. You're going to see the use of vehicles in cover. Look at Zachary here, finding himself in a small little log structure.
I'm firewood, you can't see me. That's what I would be thinking right there. The gas, again, the gas is doing so much damage at this point. Players that are in the gas, they're going to be having to like really, really heal up or get out of the gas soon. All right, I have a little bit of heartbreak. Bull just took out one of my good buddies and teammates to FPS in game number 1. Also, Bull taking out J-Mo. Bull is just moving around and like knocking people aside left and right.
Swaggerly taken by the gas. Another one.
Ooh, S. Brown taking out Rocky. Figures going down as well. Schaefer dying to the gas.
I don't
It
think
looks
he's
like
going to be able to
I
make it
think
out.
he's
I
might be
think
done
Schaefer's
for.
going to choke on the gas, but hey, he's made it to 25th place. Shamrock's taking out another
There
player.
he
There's
goes.
there's the death.
Fortunate
Schaefer
for Schaefer
has
at
perished.
a picnic table.
He was just wanting to have a picnic.
Zachary with another kill. I'm telling you, Zach is one to watch for sure.
Look at all this. Sean Easy
John Easy,
taking out
a.k.a.
Shamrocks.
Divisions.
Teenage-
Shamrocks was kind of on a roll as well.
Yeah, all these players are in the small little
Oh my
residential
gosh.
area.
All these fights are breaking out because
Sean,
all of the players.
no!
No! Well, it looks like Sean and Tim are going down. Mig99 has killed some amazing players in this game. I'm really, really impressed by Mig's performance. I've always known he's a crazy player. He's great at winning and slaying, and he's proving himself in this showdown.
And look at the safe zone. Aladdin, the mountain climber, is still safe up at the top. Everybody's going to have to migrate north towards the city and the open fields. So all these players in the residentials are going to have to find themselves either in the open or running next to a player. Jeesh in the garage here. S Brown, Mig99. So many good players are still alive in this game. It's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, we just witnessed a ton of fights breaking out because a ton of players were pushed out of that residential area. Right into the same area. Look at this, 4 players right next to each other.
No.
We got Geese, we got Nero.
Wow.
And we also got S Brown right on the other side. Mig99 is like, nope, there are too many chefs in this kitchen. I'm going to leave. I don't want a part of this party. Look at the big open space in
and
between.
Mig's taken
Probably not a
out.
lot of cover.
Afro.
Ooh, that's unfortunate for Mig.
He
That
must-
truck was his
He
demise
was
there.
shot out of that truck. Mig.
Now, I'm going to have to put my money on Crank here. I'm biased, of course. Crank does play with me on Denial, but Crank is one of the smartest players I know. Very strategic positioning and amazing shots by him. So I'm rooting for Crank on this one.
You know, I got to say something similar about one of my teammates, CLG Calsey, an incredibly smart, intellectual, and strategic player. Also, I'm biased because he's also on CLG. But I'm going to be keeping my eyes on CLG Calsey.
Sweet
He's been
Dreams
playing
is,
very, very well today. Oh my gosh, speak of the devil. CLG Calsey taking out QT Venom. QT Venom was the one who had that unfortunate roly-poly Jeep incident earlier in the game, but was still able to get into top 15.
There's also Dropkid, Adrian, Sweet Dreams, Bull. So many players that are you know, very capable of winning this game. It can go any way.
According to this new safe zone, it looks like Aladdin is going to be in a very good position. Aladdin is on the right side of the safe zone. All the other players are going to have to move a little bit towards him to remain safe, to not get gassed. So we'll see. We'll see what
Hootie
happens.
TV on top of Noble Spirits here. The hipfire's coming out. Hootie with the shotgun. Spirits just spraying his life away. Actually takes out Hootie, but finding himself in another fight here, running for his life, 50 HP and depleting.
Oh, this is a bad situation. Even though you win the fight, you're still not out of the fire. We got another fight happening, another pinch. Sweet dreams, man. You're out of game number 1. Pinched in between Mickey and Drop.
Ooh, through the
Ouch,
window
Vex
of the
Mixie going
restaurant.
down.
Bull is like, I need to jump out of this window. I need out of this window. Help. Help. I need out of this window. He made it out of the window. We're
That's
good.
Gina Cole right behind Jeesh. Jeesh takes the police car and gets away with his life barely. Noble Spirits finding himself in one shot. Still being
Oh
the
my
aggressor.
goodness. Noble Spirits was so close to death, and then he
Jeez.
was taken out. Geesh is just running and gunning.
Oh, look at
Little
this.
and Geesh are the next two that are going to be running right into each other. And Geesh is unfortunately half health
No!
and got blindsided.
Oh man, the Caster Curse hit. Crank dead.
Goal.
Colsey dead.
Killed
Jeesh
by
dead.
Zach.
Bull is
Zachary,
running
though,
in.
I'm
again.
gonna-
Dropped.
Let's go, drop. Let's go.
What's
No,
going
Zachary
drop.
with
Oh,
another
it's
kill.
Zachary.
Takes out Adrian.
Adrian.
And
Look at these players.
They're
both
right
one
next
shot.
to each other. You're in the same smoke nade. If
Oh,
somebody
no
like passes
way.
gas, the other player will know.
Yes.
they're
Let's
there.
go, drop.
Oh, dropped Siam.
My man, Dropped Kid, Aladdin, LTD,
And Calsey?
no, Little
No.
Gina Cole in 1v1v1. I think Aladdin has a superior positioning here, but you have to take into account these players' aims. Dropped Kid is absolutely insane. Aladdin has already proven himself in the fight for the crown tournament, and Little Gina Cole, I know, is trying to make a name for himself, so we're gonna have to see how these players do.
Definitely. Strong players all around. Aladdin, again, is in this amazing spot in the safe zone. The other players are going to have to move towards him. And taking the drain into account, at this point of the game, top 10 is all about positioning. You want to position yourself where you can apply pressure on the enemies without taking too much damage. You also want to pit the last players against each other. Aladdin is in a great situation to do that. All he has to do is apply enough pressure to each of the players so that they don't rush him, and then they'll just take each other out of the game. And then he's got a fair 1v1 to win the
now
game.
we know your game plan for end game.
Forget I said that.
Oh,
Dun
no.
dun dun. It looks like Little Nicole might actually throw a monkey wrench into Aladdin's plan. However, if Little wraps all the way around, Aladdin is quickly going to turn himself into the pinch. So if he's not careful, he's gonna get in between Dropped and Little, and that's not a situation that you want to be in.
No, absolutely not.
See, I'm a little conflicted because I both support Aladdin and Dropkid, so I'm really kind of curious to see how the 1v1 between the two are going to go. But looks like we have Aladdin here versus Little Gina Cole, kind of just keeping his distance. All these players are spread out.
We
They
have
all
like
have good
almost
positions.
a perfect triangle here. Almost a
Nicole
perfect
kind of
triangle.
turned into an isosceles here, though. I mean, dropped, at the very base of the mountain. Siren's going out. Gas is going to be moving.
Dropped is gonna be in the gas if he doesn't get his butt in motion. He's on the opposite side of the safe zone. He's gonna have to run without cover right up towards Aladdin and Little. I still think Aladdin is holding the strong position here, but it's gonna come down to who can land their shots and who's gonna be able to survive.
Yeah, it's really hard to say.
Also, I don't know what their inventory is like, but if they have throwables, this is exactly what Aladdin wants right now. Aladdin wants these two players to fight, and they are fighting.
Yeah, shots are coming out. Gas is hitting Little G Nicole. Drop Kid running away as fast as he can, trying not to take any free damage from the environment. But he is at an open spot. Smoke grenades are coming out. He is now aware of Aladdin's presence since Aladdin took shots. So he is going to be pinched in between both of these players. Little G Nicole getting a smoke grenade out. Aladdin taking shots at both of them.
Yeah,
this
these
is
are
gonna be
some
key.
very, very smart smokes to kind of keep one of their sides safe.
Little G Nicole actually took a shot to the body armor, which is going to put him at some severe bleeding. With the gas doing 5 damage a second, it's a really unfortunate circumstances for him.
Yes, and getting pushed by the gas. Oh my goodness, everybody's getting forced into each other. This fight is going to be over very quickly. It's going to be a 1v1 very, very soon. It all comes down to who's going to kill who. Is Drop going to kill Little, or is Little going to kill Drop, or is Aladdin going to pop in and take one of the kills himself?
Little G Nicole did lose his helmet. Drop Kid at 50% HP. Aladdin just has like the pick of the litter here. Once he figures out pinpoints where one of the players is, he's just going to start going off. He actually took off Drop's armor there through the smoke. That is going to be key.
Shot.
Drop is going to find himself right up on Little G Nicole and takes him out of the game.
Oh
This is now
my
a
goodness.
1v1 situation
A
between
1v1
Drop
versus
Kid.
Titans.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see here. Drop Kid versus Aladdin LTD. This is absolutely insane. These two are amazing players. I'm going to have to swing it in the favor of Aladdin based on positioning, but Dropped has the raw aim to turn it against him.
This is an incredible match. This is Batman versus Superman right here. We got Aladdin. We got Rogue Dropped. Who is going to do it? They both have similar positions. I think Aladdin definitely literally and figuratively has the high ground. He's got a little bit more protection and he has a little bit more freedom.
He does lose his armor there, though. Dropped is a very confident player. Once he starts hitting those shots, he starts riding that wave. It looks like neither players have safe zone advantage, but Drop Kid will have to run the least amount of distance. But he is in the open, so Aladdin does have this tree line and ridge that he can use to effectively cross into the safe zone.
Yeah, he has no relative cover. Yeah, like you said, they're both going to have to move. And if Aladdin moves first and takes that tree, then Dropped is kind of out of luck and he's got no cover. If Dropped takes the tree, then we got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be heading a little bit towards the top of the circle you guys see from this view. So both of these players are going to have to move.
And it looks like Aladdin is taking it. He's taking the initiative. He's moving to the tree. That is the smart play.
Yeah, with the smoke cover up, I don't think Drop saw him reposition here. Looks like he just caught a glimpse
of
him now.
No! He was standing. Oh, he might have been trying to craft another armor, maybe throw on a medical kit, but Dropped is Drop going to stay back or is Drop going to push him?
There's definitely going to be throwables coming out from Drop. Drop is kind of keeping himself at a distance. Sirens coming out. Pre-meds are coming up. Drop is trying to take the high ground, knowing that Aladdin's not going to be able to see him. This is going to be a key play here. Drop is going to get above Aladdin
Drop
right now.
might get some free shots if Aladdin doesn't see him, and Aladdin doesn't see him, and he's taking him out with the two-tap.
Absolutely insane.
Gosh.
Beautiful shots by Drop. See, that raw aim comes into effect. He shot 2 bullets, and they went straight to Aladdin's
exactly
head.
where they needed to go. Take advantage of the positioning and everything. That was incredible for Drop to take advantage of that terrain.
That was a
amazing.
beautiful positioning. He saw that Aladdin repositioned, took off his armor, and while his smoke grenade was still his effect, he actually took the high ground, got above Aladdin, easily took him out.
That was mental mind games right there. If that was a game of chess, and it's like chess because there's an early game, a middle game, and a late game. There was only one move that Drop Kid had, and he played it, and he succeeded very, very well.
That was impressive.
He played it very well. And taking a look at that safe zone, we're outside of Harris Bluffs on like a hillside terrain with, trees, rocks,
Tough
and
visibility.
gas. Yeah, gas surrounded this small area where players are kind of just forced to either move out into the open. And we saw that with Little G Nicole and Drop kind of had to push up in the open against Aladdin and actually came out on top.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of like dramatic success stories. If there's a point in the game where you are like on death's door and then manage to escape that situation, you cheat death, and then you go on to win the game, that's always an amazing story. And Drop did just that. There was a point just earlier in the game when Dropped and another player were in the same smoke grenade, both healing up at about one shot. Neither of them saw the other player, and Drop was all of a sudden like, is there somebody literally standing next to me?
That could have completely changed, the outcome of the game. If Drop didn't see the other player, whether through like a bleed indicator or looking up, it could have just, gone
could have
to
been
anybody.
over.
Yeah, definitely could have
The
gone to
smoke
anybody
would have
there.
faded, and it would have gotten really awkward.
That
Yeah,
was an incredible last shot. I love that.
Yeah, of course.
Dramatic ending.
Definitely.
Big props. All the players that got top 10 have very, very strong scores. Big props to Aladdin. He got second place. Little G getting third place. A lot of the other players as well. We have a lot of Slayers that didn't get into the top 10, top 15, but you still have 2 more games to play.
I have to say, though, Kevy really showed up for the first game.
Yeah, he
Regardless
did.
of dying a little bit, soon, that kill at the truck when he just whipped around with
Oh
the shotgun
my
and,
gosh.
and killed him with
He's
his
deadly.
shot.
Gorgeous.
That was amazing.
Gorgeous, Kevy. Gorgeous.
That was good.
And there's a lot of players that we're going to have to be taking a look at here. I think our match results
No, let's
were
talk
still
about
being tallied.
Yeah, I think they're still getting tallied up. So what were some of your favorite parts? What were some of your favorite parts? Favorite plays? I know Drassel got some good kills. Drassel taking out, I believe he took out Stay Lifted.
No, he took out Mini.
Yeah, that's right.
Took
That's
out
right. He
Mini.
took out Echo Fox Mini.
He took out Mini, and that's like a key pickup. Like, just being able to see these pro players kind of going at it here and being
Yeah.
able to take each other out. These guys are like titans in the community, so it's just really interesting to see them go kind of head-to-head and display their skill. And you guys at home know it's a game of H1Z1. Anything
yeah.
can happen, whether you spawn all the way over in the bottom left and you get unfortunate, maybe you don't get a car or something like that and have to run all the way to the safe zone. It happens. It's H1Z1. We know, guys. That's why there's still more games for you guys to recover. Which is why this is a 3-game series. So if you guys didn't have the best of luck in game 1, don't
Don't give
stop.
up.
Don't give up.
Don't get discouraged.
Exactly. You guys are still going to have another chance. And we've seen previously in the showdowns that if you guys are able to actually pull back and get like a good top 10 placement or even another win,
Yeah.
you will really cement yourself into the top 10. So kudos to Drop Kid. Congratulations on game 1, winning and getting himself, over like probably well over 200,000 points himself.
Definitely.
Yeah. I have to say, too, not only Prodigy Aces went out early, and that was my initial pick, and someone that not everyone might know of is Zachary, who made it into that top 10 situation, had several kills
Yeah,
during the
he
game,
did.
and really took out some key players, and Zach was amazing that game. I'm excited to see how he's going to do in games 2 and 3.
Definitely. And MiG-99 played very, very, very strongly as well. He played phenomenally. He took out some
Yeah,
players.
he
He
did.
made some smart plays. He survived everything. He played pretty dang well.
Yeah, it looks like the truck was his demise, though.
Oh, yes, getting shot out of a truck.
He was taken. It's the easiest vehicle to get taken out of, that's for sure, especially against skilled players like this. It looks like we have the match results ready, so we're
Are
going
we
to take a
ready?
look
Let's
at
go.
the top 20
Top
for
20
game
from
1.
game number 1. All the way from first place, Rogue dropped, of course, taking first, Aladdin taking second, and Little G Nicole taking third place, followed shortly after by Bull, Zachary, and Adrian. CLG Calsey, my teammate, repping 9th place, so he set himself up for a very, very good situation. Tim also holding down 20th place, MiG-99 in 17th place. A lot
Now,
of strong plays.
This is a good
plays.
start. We've historically seen that players who get about 200 or close to 300,000 points are able to get into the top 10. So these players, kind of looking at the scores, already have like 100K under their belts. Is going to be huge. If they're able to consistently get into the top 10 or top 20, they're going to be able to net themselves a gold AR. We're looking at players like, Drop, 221,000, definitely a good staple for the next top 10. And then players like Tim, who, 82,000, it's still a good start. So definitely don't get too discouraged here. I'd just like to highlight some of the players that maybe might not be as known, like Hootie, Sweet Dreams, Cutie Venom. All these players are kind of building a name for themselves. Zachary, we saw him get a lot of kills in the end game, situation there. All these players are trying to make a name for themselves, right, Flame?
Definitely, definitely. It was really, really curious seeing the specific gameplay styles. I know we had already played some of the showdowns. We saw very, very aggressive players from the Australia region. We saw very, very AR heavy and nade heavy plays from the EU region. And so far in the NA region, we've seen a lot of just straight up AR play, gun mechanics, getting pinches. Not as many nades. Still definitely some strategic uses of nades, but not as much as I saw in EU for sure.
Yeah, and it looks like here at the analyst desk, we are going to be joined by Anthony Castoro, the general manager for H1Z1.
H1Z1 GM, it's a pleasure to have you on here. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job. Hope everyone's having fun.
Yeah? Did you have a fun time watching that first game?
I did. Although I was a little busy also trying to, make sure that everything's running smoothly.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I got
Oh,
to
yeah.
see some highlights.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, it's very, very good to have you on here. Do you have any questions for Anthony to kick things off, Piney?
Right off the bat, I know we've seen a little bit of the running man issue after today's hotfix. Is there anything you'd like to elaborate to the community?
Uh, well, I hate the running man. I've asked the development team to get rid of the running man. No more running man. In all
No more Running Man.
in all seriousness, right? That it's a general problem that sometimes comes up that could be a lot of things. In this case, I'm pretty sure we know what it is, and we should have it resolved pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, if you guys maybe if we think really hard about solving it, it'll be solved by the time we're done with this interview. We'll see what
Some
happens.
smarts right there.
That's good. That's very, very good to hear. I know for a lot of the competitive players and anyone who's been very, very invested with H1Z1 in general, whether they've been active on Reddit or on Twitter or any of the ways that you guys communicate to the community, we've noticed you have been incredibly transparent with H1Z1 players, with fans of the game, with the streamers. And that's really, really cool. Being transparent is very, very awesome, and it's encouraging. Why is that so important to you, and why is that one of your big focuses?
Well, I'm glad people are noticing. Obviously, I joined the company pretty recently, and but I've spent a lot of time in online games, working with live services and communities. And my goal is to just let everyone know what we're doing, and make sure that the development team really knows what's going on in the community. So part of being a leader is going first and showing how it's done. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get on Twitter. I'm going to get on Twitch. I'm going to get on Reddit and let people know what's going on, and hopefully, set the tone so that as we continue to do the things that we're doing to improve our development process and make the game better, we can really have a rapport with the community. And if they're upset or annoyed or frustrated, there's a reason for that. So we can't shy away from that. We got to own up to it and find out what's going on and fix it, so that in the future, as we go on to do bigger and better things, we've got a thriving community that knows what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Definitely. And I think that transparency really is, coming into a good effect for players who are invested into the game. I myself am highly invested in H1Z1. I like to, get all the information I can and kind of spread it out. So having people like you teaching us, the steps that you guys are taking to fix bugs, what's going on in the office, what you guys are releasing in the patch. Like, we have seen such a influx of information and stuff like that. Do you feel like you're kind of behind the lead? Like, do you feel like that Daybreak Games as a whole is kind of changing when it comes to H1Z1 development? We're kind of seeing more information coming out from everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the goal, right? It's a culture change about, not just sort of focusing on what's right in front of you on the keyboard, what you're trying to do that time, but sometimes you need to take the time to sit up and really have a conversation with people so they know what's going on. So, for example, right now we did a hotfix today. We've done maybe 6 in the last 7 days, something like that. And we let people start toggling shadows again. We fixed a lot of the FPS issues. We're doing a lot of great stuff. We addressed some. We made it so that hit reg and bullet reg and head hits versus body hits are better. So lots of great stuff happening very rapidly. Today we had something go on that's probably causing the running man issue, but people are hard at work fixing that, so it'll get resolved quickly. And what that does, instead of people just sort of sitting there going, what's happening? I'm frustrated and maybe I can't play, or I don't know what's going to happen. People can, go on Twitter or go on whatever their social media channel is and see that somebody cares and somebody's doing something about it. It doesn't have to be me, right? It could be anyone on the development team. I think you're already seeing several other people posting pretty actively.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is really, really awesome to see. Like, as the general manager of a project like H1Z1, there's a lot on your plate. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of information coming in, and there's a lot of transparent information going out, which is incredible.
Yeah.
As a general manager, what do you find most rewarding or satisfying about what you do, and what do you find most difficult?
Well, I'll tell you, the most rewarding part is just having the players, sort of see that we care, and reflect that back to us, and then the game gets better and people enjoy it. I mean, that's what I live for. And the same goes with the team, right? So we come in as a new member of a team that's been around for a while, right? They've been working on this game for a while. They have a way of doing things. And I come in and go, you know what? We're going to change this and that thing over there and this. And that can be, a little stressful. But for me, the fun part is seeing that start to pay off, right? With the frequency of updates and the quality of updates that we're getting. So that's the second part I live for, is really just seeing a team come together and start to hit on all cylinders. And we've got a lot of work to do, and we know that. But we're up for that, and we're going to be continuing to improve constantly. So in terms of what's the hardest part is, you know, as developers, especially in an online community, we put ourselves out there, right? And when people care and they're working hard to put themselves out there, you know, sometimes they could put themselves sort of in danger.
At the
you know?
mercy of the online community.
Yeah. And, you know, so like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've made mistakes, and that's where the transparency comes from. Because the only way to deal with whether it's you made a mistake or people don't understand or there's a change, and people always hate change, even if it's good change, is just having the wherewithal to be transparent about it. And so what's hard is making sure that the rest of the organization knows they have the trust and respect of everybody else, so they can go out there and do that for the players and continue to make the service better.
Definitely. Well, that's really, really awesome to hear. I know I'm excited about the game right now, and I'm excited about the future of the game. We've been a part of the game for such a long time, and it's been such an active role in our lives, as well as the lives of pretty much everybody that's participating in this showdown. Like, thousands of players have dedicated thousands of hours into this game.
It's been awesome.
It's such a cool thing to have, like, to see that work pay off and to get a glimpse into the future of it.
Yeah, and you know the showdown itself this is a really important exercise for us, right? There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into producing it. You guys see it. You can't see behind the camera, but I can. All the people who are working on this.
There's a lot. There's a lot of people working
to make this happen. You know, all the guys and women who are working on Spectate Cam and you know, behind the scenes with the servers. So there's a lot that goes into this, and we learn a lot by doing it. But it's also a pretty unique opportunity for players to get to be able to play in an online tournament, right? So a lot of tournaments, you have to decide, can I afford the ticket to fly to the place?
Yeah.
You know, is it within my ability to, like, logistically just go out there and do this? And now we've got a global presence where we can run these tournaments all over the world. And more than likely, if you're playing the game, you have an opportunity to try and qualify. And if you qualify, get in and play. And it won't always go off perfect, but for us, I hope this is a unique and pretty amazing experience for the people who get to participate. And we're going to get better at it. We're going to continue to invest in it, and there are going to be lots more opportunities for people to do this and show off their skills anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and speaking of opportunity, Game 1 winner, I believe, Dropkid, I'm pretty sure he's about 17 years old. So for the Fight for the Crown tournament, he actually wouldn't have been able to participate, like, under the rule set.
Right.
So seeing players like Dropkid or another player like Measley, who kind of get their chance to shine, despite being a little bit underage for the normal, like, land environment, to see how good they really are.
Incredible, and they can show their strengths.
Exactly, they can show this. These online events really get to highlight some more key, key people of the community that you don't normally get to see. So kudos to you, Dropkid, and I know Measley, you have another chance at, you know, being able to.
Are you sure he's underage? Because I might have to look into that.
Yeah, I'm definitely sure Dropkid is under 18, and so I mean, if we're gonna be taking a look at, you know, kind of like age restrictions for, you know, future events and stuff like that, you know, it might be good for players like this.
It opens up opportunities for all players to prove themselves. Simply the ability to qualify through an online event from the comfort of your own home and being able to show that you're skilled enough to compete in these events is a really, really cool thing. I know a lot of players, it gives extra incentive. And simply the fact that a game is casted. I know personally, whenever I'm playing in a game, if a game is casted, it just makes it exciting, whether it's a small deal or whether it's at a very big LAN, whether it's going to be on live television, whether it's just going to be a small stream. Having casters watching you play gives you so much incentive and so much satisfaction and pride in just showing your skills and having fun in the game. I know in some of the past games, part of the South American region, we were seeing some players that were basically, after they showed themselves that they were good players, they were just messing around and having a good time. And it was fun because you got to see, oh, this person's trying to cut down some bushes in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's competitive, but it's also fun, right?
It's also fun, definitely.
And that's the great thing about online games. So I'm really looking forward to what happens in Game 2 and 3. And I hope you guys keep up the good work. And I'll be looking to the community to see if we've really fixed this issue. We'll be working hard on it tonight, no matter what, if we haven't.
Okay, it looks like. Thank you for your time, Anthony. We appreciate you
joining
here
us.
at the desk. If you guys want to follow him on Twitter, it's Castoro Gamer on Twitter. So make sure you guys go drop him some love. He does put a lot of H1Z1 information out there.
It's a good person to follow.
You know, people are calling me Dad on the internet now. Do
you'll
I look that old? Is that?
You'll have to get used to
What's
it.
going on?
It's something with
All
the
right.
internet.
All right.
It means they feel safe around you.
Maybe that's what it is. All right,
You bring
you
them a
guys,
sense of security.
it'll be fun. I'm going to keep watching. Have a good time.
Very good. We're going to turn our eyes back to the top 20 score from that game just so that we can see who's in charge. we're going to welcome P90 Princess back to the stage, and we're going to get ready for game number 2. Dun, dun, dun. So we got a lot of highlights from game number 1. We're about to start the second game of 3. For those players that didn't do very well in game number 1, there's probably a little bit of some mindset stuff going through. Maybe some players that didn't play very well, they're going to want to play extra aggressive to prove themselves, or they might be wanting to play extra passive to make sure that they can qualify in top 10 and get enough points. It's going to be interesting to see how players' strategies kind of change as time goes on. We saw some players play very conservatively. I think Aladdin was a great example of someone who just got a vehicle, went off to the corner of the map, and did not fight unless he absolutely had to, where there were other players that were kind of forced into more early game fights or chose to take early game fights.
Hello.
Welcome back,
Thank you.
P90 Princess.
Welcome back.
I missed you all.
Aw. Are you ready for game number 2?
I am absolutely ready. I think anything can happen.
Yeah, are you going to keep your eyes on Prodigy Aces?
Yeah, you know, it's hard to say because I want everyone to do well, of course, but he is definitely one that has worked so hard to get at the top of the leaderboards for Season 3 and Season 4. He's definitely one I want to see succeed, but, you know, Casper taking out, you know, big names last game.
Definitely.
He could be a threat this game as well.
Of course.
There's a lot of guys.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, first of all, if you have not yet redeemed your AR code, this is for a free Showdown AR. The code to be redeemed on h1z1.com/redeem or in-game is simply ShowdownNA, and you'll receive the item being displayed on the screen. Also, the keyword that we're looking for in gameplay here from the players is consistency. We're going to take a look at the players who place top 20. If they can place top 20 again, and maybe top 20 again, even in the third game, they're going to be put into a really, really good situation because everybody's trying to get into top 10 overall at the end of this showdown to take that prize home.
Definitely. Players like Dropkid are already kind of feeling confident going into game 1 with the win. We got players like Drassel doing a celebratory dance on the helicopter blade. You know, I'm really pulling for Drassel. He's a good buddy of mine. I really want him to do well.
Do you think he had some extra crispy bacon before this
Oh,
game?
definitely.
Bacon.
Definitely.
He might have.
I know he's got, you know, his #1 supporter in the chat rooting him on, so I'm looking forward to him doing well. Looks like game 2 is now commencing, guys. All the players are going to be parachuting in. This one's going to be a little bit different, so hopefully we get to see a little bit more highlighted plays. We're going to be keeping an eye on Dropkid as well, game 1 winner. So let's see how this all breaks out. Let's see.
The players are going to start spreading out. Aladdin is kind of beelining it right down. Aladdin sees that police car, and he goes, everybody's going to be floating. I'm just going to go right down to that police car. I'm going to see if I can take it, but he might get beat to the police car. So many players are going to this police car. Only one player is going to be able to get it.
Ninja, Aladdin, look at these
Wow.
titans.
They're going to
Dropkid.
be so close. That is not a good situation.
That is
to be in.
scary for sure.
Holy guacamole, Piney and P90. I'm expecting to see a couple deaths. Has there been a first death in this game yet?
And there it is. Illicit Tross taken out of the game.
By Teenage, in fact. Very, very, very well
Adrian's
done.
still flying,
Adrian-
figuring out where to go.
Before he even touched the ground,
He must have not liked
He
his
outlived
spawn
another player.
and stretched that to try and get to a place where he could get some loot. I know that's something that I've done before when you don't get a good spawn and you've got to really stretch to get some loot.
you just got to stretch. You got to make it work. One of the
Yeah.
great things about events like this, or any event, no matter how big or small the scale is, every game like this really, really makes you value each game, each life. You can't, like, drop down if you get a bad spawn. You can't log out and try it again. You have to make it work for you because this is the official showdown for North America. A lot of the times if you're playing solos and you get a bad spawn, you're like, I want to go for kills. This isn't my cup of tea. I might back out and try it again. But this game, you got to make it count. Speaking of
Boxes.
that, Boxes taken out. Stone Peen. Phenomenal from Boxes. Boxes kind of was one of the players that landed right next to those 3 other players trying to go for that car. I'm glad he didn't die right away.
Kevy won with the Magnum kill. We haven't seen
Wow.
much use of the
Whoa.
Magnum, but I guess, you know what,
Impressive.
off the spawn, you got to do what you got to do.
We got Rethink, one of the new up-and-coming streamers and slayers. An awesome, awesome streamer. Definitely check him out. Guys, we have some really, really top-tier streamers playing in this tournament right now. I know we had mentioned Drassel before. If you haven't seen Drassel stream, he's an incredibly engaging and entertaining streamer. Go check out Drassel. Rethink, again, is an amazing
Ooh.
streamer and player.
This is going to be a very interesting safe zone. We have not seen this one. It's going to be encompassing the middle of the map. Up top, so north, it's going to have stuff like Dragon Lake, G4 Compound, a little bit of Ranchito, the refinery, and the new shipping yard container. Echo Fox Fox Mini getting an M9 kill
What
on
on
Reptar.
Reptar? Reptar was the Shurima Wizard Slayer from last game, but getting taken out with a pistol.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to be seeing some more presence from some of these players. Teenage, another player we want to highlight. He did unfortunately choke to gas. And looks like we have a trade, unfortunately, between Drassel and SBZR. That's got to be rough. All these players are just kind of pacing themselves up. Sweet Dreams here finding himself a Jeep off on the east side of the map here. Blood Inferno TV against Nightwalker. Nightwalker's aware of his presence, but it looks like he's not going to, take this fight. There's no reason to take these early game fights if you don't have to.
Especially with a pistol and no helmet. That's not a great situation to be in. Seems like a few of these players are kind of struggling for loot at the beginning of the game.
It seemed like they wanted to avoid the cities other than that big
Than
warehouse
everybody
landing.
dropping down.
Yeah,
Of course.
Absolutely.
Some players, I'm sure, are going to get really lucky in where they spawn and where they grab loot from. Some players are able to grab vehicles, but the rest of the players, I know Adrian kind of ended up landing in the middle of nowhere near the south end of Ranchito. He might push up into Ranchito, kind of tested luck in the city, but you don't want to run into somebody face-to-face in a building. You're just going to get taken out.
Ninja in the warehouses. This can be very, very dangerous, as there's a lot of people in town as well, so he needs to be careful.
Yep.
Moving in and out. We have Grimmy.
Grimmy Bear is off in the distance.
1,500 meters
In
away.
boxes is a lot closer, only 100 meters away
Yes.
from Ninja in the warehouse right there. Aladdin also way off in the distance. Ninja in boxes, 2 Titans. I don't know if they're going to run into each other. It looks like Ninja is kind of playing it easy.
Toolie Main here in the shipping container driving an ATV around.
I can't find my way out.
And this is that new POI that they've added, and it's a lot of fun if you guys haven't checked it out on the map. It's by the E4 compound.
Yeah, it's a
Just
cool
north
new
of it a
point of
little bit.
interest. One of the 3 newly added points of interest. A lot of the loot is actually on the shipping containers. That's why he's running around on the shipping containers. It's got a couple warehouses, even has a catwalk in one of the warehouses. It's a very, very cool place to loot and to fight.
Helping's definitely a really, really strong player. He does need a helmet, though. I don't think that hat is going to protect his head as well as a helmet.
Not very well at all. Not very well at all. A lot of players are doing a good job at surviving. We still have 130 players left. Generally, like I said, one of the more dangerous parts of the game is right at the beginning when everybody is parachuting down. Everybody
Right.
wants to land somewhere safe and get all looted up, but inevitably players are going to be running into each other. So let's see what's going to happen as the safe zone starts to push players together. Another fight breaking out here. We have 1 player with a police car, 1 player with a Jeep. It's a pretty even fight right now. A couple hits from each side.
I'm curious to see why these 2 players in particular are to even take in an early game fight. I mean, they
Yeah.
both have vehicles. I know you want
He's
loot.
pushing him.
Hansen is
Hansen
definitely
is
going
definitely
down here.
going to lose.
Oh!
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
it's
The
a
trade.
Was
Wow.
it worth it? Was
It
it,
it
worth
was
it?
definitely not.
That was
both of you
mutually
guys just
assured
ruin your own
destruction.
chance. You ruin your own chances at even like good points. So why take these points? Looks like we got Grimmy Bear here in his fancy pantsy wood panel truck here, getting himself into the city. But he will be met with measly if he makes the wrong move. That's for sure.
Grimmy Bear does not want to run into a player in Harris Bluff, so he might keep going up to the far northwest side of the safe zone, trying to grab some loot, trying to find an unclaimed spot. But he has a vehicle, so he's got mobility. 5-Star TV is on foot. He's fighting with Oblivion, and he's down to about half health. A nade coming out, so he has to run away. He's getting hit. Oh my goodness! 5-Star with a 2-tap on Oblivion. He turned that fight
Great
around
shots.
like crazy. He's going to be
Yeah.
able to grab that loot. I don't know if Oblivion had a vehicle or not either. But he was able to fight him off and stay alive. We have 2 players up by these hotel rooms. This is over on the north side of the map as well. Players don't generally go this area very much. But Reborn is going to hop back into his car and head towards the direction that I
Probably a
think
good
Grimmy was
decision on
heading.
his end for sure.
I
Getting out
agree.
of there. We don't want to see another trade like earlier.
I agree. We've seen a lot of situations, a lot of early game fights, not necessarily completely required early game fights. If I was playing, I would probably be playing as safe and consistent as I possibly can, because I don't want to risk getting taken out in top 50 or top 100.
We've already seen a lot of carnage. Almost 25 players already dead by the time the first siren is going off. That is extremely unfortunate. Gas is going to start moving into the next safe zone here, guys. So players are going to start migrating either that or kind of get themselves ready to prepare to gas camp for just a little bit here. Big K taking out Keebler TV. We're taking a look at Rethink. Kyrie22 taking shots at Brother 2G here. Landing shots, taking off his helmet. You know, once you get that helmet shot as a good player, you get this huge confidence boost. You're like, oh yeah, I
got a
headshot
helmet
you.
shot.
You know? So you're definitely going to be like feeling a little bit better. Brother 2G at 50% HP. Kyrie going for the rush. Brother 2G getting inside his police car. He's going to be running, but he did not have enough time to get off a first aid kit. So he is going to have to make or break a move right now.
Grimmy Bear and Symphony look like they're in a little bit of confrontation. Oh, there's my teammate CLG Nightwalker with a successful kill. We're going to see if Symphony is going to push Grimmy Bear or not. Brother 2G was able to catch up with Kyrie. Kyrie was not able to finish out the fight, and Brother 2G took him out with a shotgun.
Yeah, a lot of these players are really good at two-tapping, too. You definitely have to be careful when it comes
But
to situations like
Remix
this.
can't two-tap. Isn't good at that. So we want
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if
right
Remix
on the right
can,
side of the
see if
screen.
Remix can't two-tap.
As
Is
you
going to
say
prove
that.
his name right, or is he going to prove his name wrong?
That just happened at the perfect moment, Piney. Right as
All
you said
these
that.
players can
Can't
two-tap.
two-tap, except for that guy.
My name is Can't two-tap. You do not want to overpeak, and you never want to stand still in this game because these players are going to punish you very, very quickly.
Yeah, very, very quickly.
Instagram's in the game. Who knew?
Oh, wow.
Let's see if
Instagram.
Instagram runs into Twitter. They might run into Tumblr. We're going to have some crazy, crazy fights.
Tumblr's still around?
I don't know. Might have died. Might have died already in this game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Probably choked on toxic gas or something. Ninja finding himself, you know, look at that. Equipped with the body armor. He changed his outfit from game 1 to game 2. He was like, it brought me bad luck. I got to switch it up.
He's
It
just
wasn't
perusing
working
around
out.
this.
It wasn't working
I
out.
like it. The pride, though, he's using his own AR instead of a gold AR. Definitely kind of showing off there.
Yeah, he's kind of representing his experience and his influence in the game. He not only has his own Ninja t-shirt, he has the original old school Showdown backpack and Showdown pants, the original Showdown gold AR saying, I've been around this game for a long time. I have a skin in this game. Don't mess with me. I'm going to get
Exactly.
this second game victory. Guys in chat, do you have some predictions on who you think is going to win game number 2? We had Rogue dropped win the first game with Aladdin as second place. If you have any strong predictions, look at all these players that are still alive in this game. Who are you voting? Who are you voting for? Who are you rooting for?
I'd just like
Let us
to
know in the chat.
I'd like to point out that Dropkid got some more airtime than the entire rest of his Rogue team. So kudos to you, Drop.
Woo.
Definitely a good performance there.
Very, very strong performance.
Casper.
I'm really pretty proud of Dropped.
Casper taking people out. I know last game he played really well, so this is definitely a threat to be watching.
Who are you guys going for? Who's your picks?
Oh goodness gracious! I gotta go with my man Grimmy Bear. Grimmy Bear is
Grimmy?
a phenomenal player. I mean, it's so difficult. All of the players in this game are so strong, but Grimmy Bear knows how to fight. He knows movement. He knows how to stay alive. Why so seriously? I don't know if I recognize that name. Is that an alter ego of a different player?
I'm not sure. Hopefully he didn't change his name from game 1 to game 2. We warned him not to.
Oh, effective use of gas nades. That gas nade is going to make it so why so seriously he's not going to be able to stay there for very long, or he's just going to start taking damage.
Oh,
He will
and
be able to heal
Grimmy.
through it.
Grimmy taking it's the caster
It's the
curse.
caster curse.
It's real.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna say who I'm rooting for. I've given up.
Why so
I don't want
seriously?
them to
Is
die.
desperately trying to escape,
That
and he's
armor
barely able to get
saving his
behind.
life. Kitana Koda, you know, pushing up. He already knows he's weak. He does have a 2-hit armor equipped, so this fight is extremely in his favor.
He's pushing that.
Smoke grenade coming out
Why
here.
so seriously? Is he going to be able to turn the fight around? No, he's not able to turn the fight
Kitana
around.
Koda finishing off Why so seriously.
Kitana really took advantage of that situation, really took control of the fight and pushed it, which was a pretty smart play. It could have gone wrong, but it paid off in the end.
Helping in the
Oh
car. He
no!
hops out.
Helping is
Oh.
taken out by Calzy. Calzy was so damaged. Helping has been destroyed in that fight. Calzy's probably going to heal up, hop back in that car, and he's going to be in a good situation. The gas is starting to overtake some of the players. I'm sure I haven't seen the map in a little while, but I hope there aren't any players that are stuck way off in the safe zone or off in the gas without a car.
I saw Aladdin climbing another hill, so maybe he's playing the same strat
Yeah,
to get him
the
down to
mountain
number
climber.
1. Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, there he is. He's out in the
Ooh.
gas on the northwest side.
Can I just point out that Prox and Cloak, again, finding themselves,
Oh,
you know, in the gas in the bottom of the map. I really hope both of those players don't choke because they are two
I know.
extremely skilled
and
individuals.
CBK Flame as well.
Yeah, CBK Flame, all their
Pairing
Echo
up with
Fox
them.
Mini.
Cloak choked on the gas last game. Did Young Prox choke on the gas, or was Young Prox able to make it
I
back
think
to the safe
Prox
zone?
made it out.
Okay. Schaefer is also in the gas, but not too far away. You gotta wonder if these players have vehicles or if they're just going to be huffing it on foot. Oh, Kevy got taken out this game. Didn't do as well in this game as he did last game. Arsenal TV taking out Kevy. Kevy was killing it last game. A lot of kills, a lot of good plays.
iRevo. I'm pretty sure he goes by iRevo OG. I'm pretty sure that's his general normal name here. He's going to see if he can make, better plays for game 2. Ninja in the fire station, just hanging out all by himself, having a little party.
Fire station in PV. It looks like nobody's really close to him.
Not a bad plan.
You got to understand that players will camp. Like, I mean, you're going to look at Ninja, you're like, he's camping.
Lyndon's
duh.
on a camping trip.
Yeah,
is
speaking
this
of
player's
camping.
name.
This is my boy, Lyndon FPS here. He has the backpack. That is the authentic Lyndon. So you're going to have to see, like, these players will play safe.
Yeah,
I mean,
nobody's messing around. Even if traditional solos, you might rush players all over the place just to see how many kills you can get. Kills are important in this game because they do add to your score. But still, even if you get like 5, 6, 7, 8 kills and die 100th place, you're not going to be getting near as many points as someone who gets 10th place or 15th place.
Boxes is kind of hanging around the fire station, so are we going to see him push in a little bit or keep
frag grenade
moving
coming
west?
out on Milky Day. This could connect.
Oh,
Oh.
an amazingly placed nade from Inboxes, killing Milky. Also assisted from Arsenal, which means Arsenal is still in the picture. We got 2 players next to each other in 2 different buildings. We also have a player not too far away crossing the street. I don't know if Linden and Lafranco is going to run into each other. They're right next to each other. They might just be chilling.
Lyndon is scary up close. Definitely one of the most scary people to come up against in an up-close fight. That's for sure.
He is. He's so strong with a shotgun. He's looking at the numbers. I would be curious to see if any player in H1Z1 has gotten more shotgun kills than Linden.
Probably not. I used to be up there, but on a lower sensitivity, it's pretty much impossible to get those effective shotgun usage. You got Nightwalker here taking shots at Sleets TV. So many players are kind of be taking these fights. This Nightwalker's like, you know what? I don't want just one. Oh,
J-Mo taking out Revo before he was even able to touch the ground.
that is unfortunate.
Now, J-Mo is posted up in a pretty solid spot. A lot of players call this the bull. A lot of players call it the waves. But it's a very, very strong spot because it's got cover from all angles. If you get attacked from one direction, you can hide behind a ridge. If you get attacked from a different region, you can just kind of rotate around and hide behind a different ridge. So it provides good visibility and good protection, which makes for a very, very good spot to post up.
And he's got a bunch of loot, too.
Definitely, definitely. Now, there's still a large number of players left in this game. 104 players left. The safe zone is going to be pushing everybody closer and closer and closer. Waller was not able to take any safety because he didn't have any cover other than that bush. And that bush is not going to stop bullets. It's always, always dangerous getting into fights right when the gas starts pushing forward because you never know. If you get shot 3 times, right when the gas starts moving forward, you're going to have the bleeding damage that's going to be hurting you. You're going to have the gas damage that's going to be hurting you. And then you're simply going to have to rotate out of the gas, and you might run right into another player. So it's a really, really scary thing to do.
Kid Hanakota actually picking up his second kill of the game and securing himself a car. Afro Lil and Kid Hana just kind of hanging out, honking at each other.
Yeah, they got matching Jeeps. You got to be like, nice Jeep, brother. Tink, tink.
Brother.
Brother.
Definitely a common phrase in the H1 community.
Definitely. Everybody's related. It's a strange phenomenon.
Yeah. Speaking of brother, I haven't seen Crank. Where's Crank this game?
Where's your brother Crank?
Brother Crank.
I have not seen him die, so I'm sure he's still in this game.
Probably out there just going to somewhere.
Sleets and Nightwalker. Nightwalker's just going to drive away. I don't think he wants to take that fight. There's an airdrop not too far away going overhead. I haven't seen any players go for the airdrop yet. But we're going to see if we get some shot or some sniper kills. There was a sniper going through circulation last game, but I didn't see any kills with it. Tokyo Ghoul, a.k.a. CBK Flame, has gotten destroyed by an explosion.
That's unfortunate. You think
I
he
wonder-
just got airdrum?
Well, I saw him driving away in the police car. I think he made it out of the gas, maybe scored a car, and someone shot him down.
Ooh.
That's my guess. I don't know.
It might have been
Could've
the
been a
bombs
Molotov.
as well. Who
Boxes
knows?
and Ninja, 2 invitational champions right next to each other. It'd be interesting to see those guys go off. Young Proc's taken out of the game.
Jay Zerf was leaving the crate after he had smoked the crate. I wonder if he was able to loot it.
Might see the hunting rifle on his back there. Mini taking shots at G-Shear, running right into Gwen Stacy as well.
Gwen Stacy is a sharp shooter, and that's someone that not a lot of people know about, and I'd like to see him excel for sure.
Definitely. Well, he's still in this game, setting himself up for success. Instagram
Yeah.
is still alive and took out Arsenal, who's been doing some serious work this game. Instagram is putting some work in.
And remember, guys, while we're hitting this mid-game low, make sure you guys enter in the code ShowdownNA, ShowdownNA, either on h1z1.com/redeem or on the main menu. Get yourself a free AR skin. This code is only going to be available during the duration of the broadcast, so get it while it's hot. And make sure you guys pass on the message to people who aren't available to watch the broadcast. ShowdownNA, get your guys self a free skin.
Definitely. Free skin, free AR skin. This never happens. I believe just a moment ago as well, I saw Linden goes on a camping trip, was taken out. So I don't think Linden is in this game anymore.
Oh, looks like Cloaksy had better luck for game 2. Kind of getting himself a vehicle. Cloaksy right by Measley. These are two very similar players.
Yeah, he made it out of the gas, though, which was very good. He managed to find an ATV, gave himself some freedom and some control.
We're seeing like a mid-game lull here, and this is like more prevalent in the North American region. A lot of players will kind of play as safe as possible, and we see it a lot in competitive play, whether you're doing H1Z1 scrims or Champs Arena. A lot of players in the North American region are good at pacing themselves out and kind of waiting till as long as they can to fight. So that's why there's 86 players remain. Sirens are going off, circles are coming up, third ring's about to pop up. But you are going to see a lot of action, just like we saw in game 1. So many players got off the bat. It went from 30 to 20 to 15 to 10 in a matter of seconds. So many players are going head-to-head. So many people are going to die. So just enjoy, the silence while it lasts. These guys are going to be going head-to-head very soon.
Exactly. It only takes that one safe zone rotation where a bunch of players are funneled into one area and fights are going to break out like crazy.
Yeah, definitely. We see you got Dazzle. Yeah, PV is still relatively safe. Some players like Ninja and stuff are in the city. So they're just taking their time and waiting out the gas as long as they can. Dazzle, right next to Clutch, who's also next to SpongeBob. Look at all these people. A significant amount of Pleasant Valley is still safe alongside the villas, the strip mall, the compound, the shipping container. Ranchitos finally being forced out, and a lot of players are going to be interacting up at the north side of the map. Trying to see some of the more key players still alive. We have Tfue up in the gas in the top right. The Visions up top in the middle. Teenage is still alive. Symphony, Crank, Nightwalker, Hitreg, Rogue FPS. So many good players. Jeesh, Boxes, Ninja. All these players are still alive in the game. Look at these players. Tim and Samuel next to each other on,
do they know?
on roofs, on Flamehopper's Bar and Grill. He's hanging out. Samuel, biggest fan.
Oh, no. It looks like Samuel's roof is slightly lower than Tim's roof, but when it comes down to it, I don't think he's going to be able to get a shot on him. He might if he stood up.
I think Tim could get that.
Yeah.
I think if Tim stood up, he'd be able to get some free shots on him.
We have a 1v1 between River and TL Chance here. We're going to be seeing some fights. Chance is at a disadvantage.
That rock
his
is
helmet.
not big enough. If River wraps around, he's going to get some angles as well.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be able to, get a nade going. Doesn't look like a frag. That's a gas grenade coming out, stopping his cover, blurring his vision, landing shots. It's dealing 3 damage a second and forces Chance to retreat. River needs to take this opportunity as much as he can to land shots onto Chance.
River played that perfectly. He knew that Chance did not have very good cover, so he threw a nade to get Chance off of cover, and now he's just trying to capitalize on that lead. The only problem was he didn't land all his shots, so Chance was able to back up and get better
He does have
cover.
a car, though, using it to reposition and finishing off Chance with the assist from Reborn with a 40%. Ninja hanging out here in the bathroom. They call that the Howie nowadays, hanging out in a bathroom.
Hanging out in the bathroom,
and
that's
just
the
doing
Howie.
what they can. Ninja really wants to get a better game 1. I know he's a very prideful person, so after kind of a disappointing game 1, game 2 is looking like he wants to take it by storm.
Both Ninja and Boxes are in so close proximity, and they've been close proximity this entire game. I'm wondering if Boxes is considering going into the gas station or not. If he does, he's going to run right up into a fully ready to fight Ninja.
He seems to be pretty hesitant, knowing that maybe someone's right up there.
Yeah, I feel like players aren't going to want to run into a building, We saw that a lot in South America. A lot of players just ran into buildings and met their demise.
A lot of unknown factors whenever you run into a building like that. The only really lucky thing and the fortunate thing for both Inboxes and Ninja is the safe zone is going back towards Pleasant Valley, so neither of them are going to have to leave. They can both kind of stay in that area.
Ooh.
We have a floating naked man.
Just H1Z1 things, right?
Prodigy Aces just got a kill on Tony Stark.
Oh, that's Nightwalker 1H,
Iron Man
my fellow
is no
CLG player.
Easily taken out of the game. C9 Mob's taken out of the game. 2 key players in the competitive scene.
Those are some big kills.
Yeah, exactly. So you're kind of seeing, like, no matter how established you already are in the game, this is still a game of H1Z1. This is a game with a little hint of randomness, whether it comes on your loot, where you're spawning, and stuff like that. And the way fights work, you never know if you're going to be in a 1v1 or you're going to find yourselves pinched between two really skilled players and end up dead.
Definitely. It's all about, so much more about positioning, so much more about where you can go to keep yourself safe, where you can go to not get pinched. And if you do get pinched, you're going to really have to make some crazy plays in order to get out of it.
Ooh, Moon hitting a nade off his own tree, landing close, not enough to connect to him, but he is taking damage. This is a 1v1 between Breeze and Moon. Moon did lose his armor, replaces it immediately. Breeze taking shots, losing his helmet.
It's an even fight at this point,
It's
Piney.
definitely an even fight. You know, flashbang
Breeze is
coming
rushing.
out.
Breeze is rushing.
Oh, and it does not connect. He went for a frag grenade, which is a really bold play, and Breeze was able to push up, losing his helmet and taken
Out
out
of the fire
from
into
my
the
man
frying
Tifu from
pan.
deep. Taken out. Adrian is definitely
Adrian.
going to go down here, choking on toxic gas with the help of only a Papa John's Molotov. Definitely quality.
A
right
lot
there.
of big players going down. Even if you're able to finish off the kill like Breezy did, as soon as he was done
Yeah.
fighting Breezy, another player was right there behind him. And that's going to happen more and more because there are so many players still in this game. 72 players left. The gas is going to get small. You can assume, you can expect that as soon as you fight somebody, somebody else is going to be right around the
Ooh,
corner.
that's
You got to be ready for
unfortunate.
that.
Rogue Cloak going down to Vex Mickey with the assist of the Visions.
Oh, Visions is still in.
Yeah, I
Brother
definitely
2G.
would like to see Visions do well in competitive tournament like this. He is somebody who's been in the scene for a long time. Look at this dramatic
Wow.
shift in the safe zone. Everybody in Pleasant Valley is going to be forced to move. Everybody in the strip mall is going to stay in their buildings or
I
on the
think
roof.
Tim and Samuel are going to stay laying down on the top of their buildings.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I mean, you're going to have to, like, hide as much as you can. And, like, look at players up in the top. Panda TV Linhan, that's actually Tifu. He's just hanging out, you know, in the gas, doing what he can to survive. Oh, only a Papa
active
John's
kill
getting shot
right
from the
behind
side.
Papa John's. And he was taken out. Bombs
Airstrike
raining over the
coming
head as
out.
well.
So many players are dying. Papa John's dead, Vendetta dead, Imperial Hall dead, smoke grenades coming out, C-Class going down as well. This is where the carnage is starting. Players are going to be forced to move. This safe zone is going to be stressful for all of these players, especially like Inboxes and Ninja, who are stuck off in the side of Pleasant Valley. Looks like we got Disturbed Gaming and Schaefer going down. 65 players remaining in the arena. Airdrop right on the main road coming out north of Pleasant Valley here.
Yeah, and that was your brother Crank getting another kill as well.
Yeah, Crank is definitely somebody to not underestimate.
Sean Easy or the Visions getting taken out, and my other teammate to FPS getting taken out.
Ooh.
I'm hypothesizing that in the next safe zone rotation, like 30 players
Wow.
are going to die simply
And
because
Drop
of
just
how few
died.
spots there are.
That's unfortunate. I think Drop just got airstriked from game one
Oh,
winner
did,
to
no.
6 feet under.
To
That's
bombs.
unfortunate.
Now these players are definitely going to be wanting some throwables for this safe zone, this next one, because that's going to be an advantage to them with the tree line, the rocks. That's going to help them get more kills and move
Definitely.
around.
In this next smaller safe zone, you
Yeah.
got the entirety of the strip, and then a big hill, a couple trees. This right here,
Some
what we're
open
looking at
areas.
is where all of the players, if they can
Wow.
keep themselves easy, or if they
I'm-
can't keep themselves safe, they will.
Look at that lineup,
Yeah,
one
another
building after another.
death to the airstrike too. And I think only in North America have we really seen players die to airstrike. So come on, NA,
the North
get
America,
it together.
get it
We
together.
still have Tim
Get a
and
grip.
Sam on the roof.
Oh.
And we have Carta below. Is that
Samuel
right? Or
actually
did he
got
just
he got airstriked
Oh, he-
off of
on
his
the roof.
building.
Wow, I just saw that.
he died.
He did.
That poor man.
Oh, no.
He committed, and Tim is the survivor.
Yeah, Carta right
Yeah.
below him too.
That is horrible.
Ninja's working his way through Resi right now.
That's not a
Is he gonna
situation
pull
you wanna
another
be in.
Howie?
There he is,
He
right
goes
in the
right
bathroom.
to the bathroom, yeah, without hesitation.
Ninja and Howie must have talked before the games and went, okay, I know you've played your showdown in EU, Howie. What's a good strategy? And Howie was like, yo, I posted up in the bathroom, and I got top 10, and I got my gold AR.
Hey, you have to do what you have to do.
Exactly. You got to make it work.
Pretty sure, you know, we're going to be seeing a lot of players like interacting here. 55 players remaining in such a small circle. We have
Oh,
inboxes
Inboxes has
crossing the open.
no cover. No
Versus
cover. He's going to
JMO.
be running back and forth. He's going to have to get this kill or get to cover very, very quickly.
Now JMO is, you know, has equipped with a good ridge, but Inboxes does have a 2-hit lamb. He still has, you know, all the time in the world. Gas is pushing, so he is going to be running. JMO is going to be, you know, kind of getting in between them. Airstrike coming out does not connect on anybody, but you know Reborn just, you know, had a panic moment right there hearing that whistle.
Also, the second place player from last game, Aladdin, was just taken out in 54th place, but still an admirable
He has
score
a
for this game
chance.
and last game. Nothing is sealed at this point. Even if a player hasn't done well game 1 and 2, they can still prove themselves in game 3. If they get a win or maybe second or third place, they might still get enough points to take home the gold AR.
Absolutely.
Rethink got a kill on Big KTV. Rethink died earlier last game, but he's been doing a lot better this game.
Flashbang coming out. Does not connect on the
He pushes
crossover.
in.
Both of these players are equipped with armors, Brolic and crossover here in the gas station. Another flashbang coming out. Crossover effectively dodging it, running outside of the building. But his weapon did show through the wall, so Brolic does know where he is, pushing outside.
And we're going to have that fight.
Door closed on these players. They're forced to stay, and crossover takes the
Wow.
shot to the head, taken out of the game. Instagram and Clutch with the AK trade. Calsy taking out his RTV at the same time. So much action going on in the map.
This is it. This is it. This is the rotation that everybody is going to die. Like I was saying, it's going to go from 60 players down to somewhere around 30 in a very, very short period of time because everybody's forced into a small area. Both of these players have vehicles. Hit registration, which I believe is T-Hump and Reborn, are fighting. Neither of them are backing down. They're going for death.
Reborn taken out of the game from a Vix and hit registration. Hit registration is going to be able to secure that loot, though. Looks like we are finding ourselves, 46 players remaining. Another dramatic shift in the safe zone. It's going to be encompassing the entire strip mall almost. And look at players like Avix, Blood Inferno, Doug, Buffalo, even Kudos out there in the villas, JMO in the gas. These players are simply going for placement. Like, they know at this point in the game, like, where are you going to go? Where are you going to be safe?
Safe zone is getting small once again, and at this point, the gas is going to start doing extra damage. So if you're in the gas like Boxes and Ninja happens to be, you're going to be in a pretty bad situation unless you can really start spamming bandages and enough medical kits to get out of the safe zone.
And Call Me SpongeBob just took out Thugga.
Inbox is
Got another
barely
kill.
hanging on to his life at the edge of the gas here. He's definitely feeling a little bit of panic. Shots are coming out around him. Smoke grenade effectively being used.
He's got enough smoke nades to keep himself safe for the time being, but he doesn't have very much cover. Calsy's in a similar situation. He's using the smoke nades as cover, but he doesn't have, he's running right past Inboxes. Inboxes is literally right behind
wow.
him. Calsy, is he going to
This
be able to
season-
get some shots out on Inboxes?
Ooh, that is
CLG
unfortunate.
Calsy taking out Inboxes, happening to be right in the same
And
gas.
Ninja, both invitational champions immediately taken out at the same time by
By Zachary.
shotguns. That is unfortunate.
Amazing.
Constantinople following up Calsy's kill, actually killing Calsy with the frag grenade into that smoke nade. Calsy is no more for this game, but was able to make it into top 40. Same with Ninja, same with Boxes, but they're going to look for higher scores in the next one. Look at that.
Tim is still
Okay,
posted up on
that
that
is
roof.
Tim's
That's
roof.
amazing.
We're going to have to point out that SpongeBob is now on that roof as well, that Samuel did get airstrike. Carta just hanging out in the kitchen, frying himself up some burgers, hanging out as long as he can. This is honestly the good strategy. Like, if you're going to be in that safe zone, you might as well be inside.
Yeah, Tim definitely has visibility on Sponge. Oh, is he going to run right into Rethink? Constantinople
Oh.
ran literally right into Rethink in the smoke nade and got one shot from Rethink's shotgun. That's not a situation that you want to be in at all, but now Rethink has an ATV.
Yeah, that's going to be a good, a good power pickup for him to get himself in the safe zone. You guys hear the sirens. You guys know what that means. Gas is going to be pushing in a lot of these
Look at
people
all
here.
of these buildings.
Look
There's
at
so
them.
many
Yeah,
players
they're
in
just
the
lined up.
buildings.
Imagine how scary it must be to have to push into one of these buildings. These safe zone is going to force players in. Mini Trues hanging out on the top of the mountain overlooking the strip mall. You are going to find so many fights breaking out here, so many shotguns. Like, if I didn't have a shotgun at this point in the game, I would be a little bit worried. Brolic still holding down his gas station. Buffalo, has a nice little hole in the wall here.
It might be a good idea to be outside of the buildings and having that
Yeah.
angle on people who are pushing out of them.
The safe zone has still been going around to the southwest, and Tim has been in the safe zone the entire time. Oh no, Sim actually just got taken out. Symphony, he got killed.
He did actually get taken out of
He
the
got
game.
taken out. He's no longer on Symphony's roof.
SpongeBob killed him. Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
That is an
Yes.
upset indeed.
I can't tell if Rogue is just really far out or if he's 6 feet under. Casper Live taking shots at Buffalo. Buffalo is taken out of the game. No
Casper
contest.
Again.
That was some nice hip fire with the AR. I've been seeing a trend in NA. A lot of NA players seem to favor hip firing the AR compared to the shotgun. We've still seen a lot of shotgun, but compared to the other regions, a lot of players favor the AR instead. Carta actually took Tim's spot.
Tim is still hanging out. Tim is very known for hanging out in obscure places, like getting on top of power lines in tournaments. This guy will do anything for placement.
Hey, he's top 25.
That's what matters. Placement is huge in this situation. Minitruz find himself full taken out of the game as well. Shots coming out onto Casper, the not-so-friendly ghost here. You know, Mini is definitely a competitive player. He wants to take this game home for Echo Fox.
And there's only 24 players remaining. Only 24 players remaining. Casper's not in a good situation. Tried to throw it on a smoke nade to keep himself safe. That's going to buy himself a little bit of time, but SpongeBob is going to continue to spam shots. Tim has decided he's not going to shoot anybody. He's not going to shoot anybody unless he's absolutely forced to, but nobody knows he's up there.
Yeah, nobody knows. He hasn't made a sound in at least 3 gas waves, so he's just hanging out.
Even though he might be able to get that free kill on SpongeBob, he's refusing to do it because it's going to put him in more danger, and he does not want to move unless he absolutely has to.
I'm really excited for the strip mall battle.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing.
I'm excited for when Tim decides to move.
Tim too, yeah, unless someone spots him first.
I feel like from Minnie's perspective, he might actually be able to see Tim if he really focuses up on the building.
And that could start the fire. The rest of the people in the buildings could
Look at
come out
this.
and peek.
Look at this man dropping little patches of cloth here, you know.
SpongeBob.
He's sending an
message
offering.
to the airplane.
Please don't bomb me.
And
Yeah,
SpongeBob has
not
actually
here.
been around since Z1. He is a very good competitive player. Definitely someone to look out for in this one.
Proving his ability to survive in this game. Top 22. All of these players right now, they're going to be getting a lot of points from game number 2, working towards that total combined score. Looks like the safe zone is eventually going to push Tim off of his roof. The safe zone is to the far west side. Rethink is in a very, very good spot. However, as all the players push towards him, he might actually get pinched. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see how the players rotate.
And Casper with another big kill.
Casper's been getting some great
This
kills.
has been a fantastic game for Casper for sure.
Crank is still alive in the game. There's
Taking shots at
Rethink.
Rethink.
Rethink actually got lasered by Casper. Still alive, but only at about 1 shot.
This might not be the best. Crank is aware of his presence. Now, Crank is not somebody to take a fight when he doesn't have to. He is very, very good at picking fights when he needs to.
That's a very important skill to have, especially when it's these competitive games like the Showdown.
Now, we're about to hit the top 20. Once the next death comes out, you know, we're going to be hitting the top 20. There it is. Trubba is taken out. Now, these players are going to be in the top 20, which is going to net them a lot of points here. I'm not seeing too many players from the first top 10 in this one. How about you guys?
There's been a lot of difference. I don't think Aladdin is still in this game either. Dropped, got taken out earlier. A lot of the players that were proving themselves. I think Mig got taken out earlier as well. He was doing well last game. So there's going to be a lot of mix-up in the overall top 10.
Now, I'm going to say
Sweet
Crank just
Dreams
picked
has
up a
taken out
kill.
Rethink.
Yeah, Crank just picked up a kill on Casper. Sweet Dreams taking out Rethink. So it's going to be like, we have a lot of Titans here. Crank, you know, Thule. So many people here. Minitruz, Prodigy Aces, Maxa, Tim, Mel 2-Tap, you know, taking out all these players. Like, this is going to be chaos. 15 players remaining. The circle is moving in super fast here. You know, players are going to be forced to move. Maxa taking out TK Trevor with a shotgun blast to the face. Ashton
There's
is
still
moving.
3 more players in the strip,
There
and
are.
Tim hasn't moved.
Thule with his fist
Oh,
out.
no!
And actually turns it on Mel
What?
2-Tap.
Wow.
That is embarrassing for Mel 2-Tap.
That was a savage fight. Mini getting more kills. I don't think
Lanara
Tim
choking
is
on
gonna
gas.
leave.
We have 10 players
I don't think
still
Tim
alive.
is gonna
Carta
move.
taken out, got caught empty-handed. SpongeBob taking back the Krusty Krab here. Transparent TV, Maxa in the gas taking 4 damage a second. SpongeBob in the wide open. Max is about to
Max
run out.
is going to run right behind
Oh,
SpongeBob
and
and
will
take
he
it out.
choke?
He's just going to see him.
Oh!
he didn't even see him.
SpongeBob with the
SpongeBob,
play.
He just blended right
Wow.
into the ground.
Transparent choking. Tim
Transparent
is
got
going
choked.
for the police car.
I
He's
think
going to
gonna
see if he
come
can
right
hotwire.
behind.
Now this is we need to cool it down here. 1v1 between Sweet Dreams. Mini takes off Sweet Dreams helmet. SpongeBob going down to Prodigy Aces. Minitruz with the frag grenade, loading it up over the shoulder, tossing it up in the air. Does not seem to connect onto Sweet Dreams here.
Showing some good use of nades. Sweet Dreams is always showing his ability to move and not take damage from the nades. Mini's going to continue to barrage now with a gas nade, which is going to force Sweet Dreams off of that position. Prodigy Aces took off Tim.
That's
but
unfortunate,
Tim
but
made it
Tim
to
got
sixth
sixth place. I'd like
from
to
that
point out,
roof.
Crank actually landed himself into the top 5. That's going to be huge for a player like him who actually did do well in Game 1. This is insane. Crank, Sweet Dreams, Echo Fox Mini, Thule Main, and Prodigy Aces 5, H1Z1
Yeah.
Titans.
Fantastic.
I'm really rooting for Crank here, and if Crank goes down, Sweet Dreams is going to be my pick.
No,
No!
no.
Well,
not
the caster curse! Come on!
And
And
down.
Sweet Dreams is taking
All right,
out Echo Fox
Sweet
Mini.
Dreams has to take this one. If you guys don't know, Sweet Dreams is the first person of Z2 to get 2 Champions Arenas wins already. So Sweet Dreams is definitely a contender in this environment. I'm
And
going to have to
Prodigy
see.
also has a win as well in CA.
This is going to be huge.
Two big guys.
We got a
Head-to-head.
1v1v1. Right now, Sweet Dreams is very, very damaged, but I think he's going to have enough time to heal up before the other players start to fight. Again, we're down to that top 3 situation where it's all going to come down to movement, positioning. If you can force 2 players to fight each other, I think Tuliman is going to be put into a pretty tough situation
Thule
here.
is going to be in a tough spot. He's in between both players, and he can get pinched. Sweet Dreams, not at full HP, but is healing up, has the upwards position on both of these players.
Yeah, Sweet Dreams is going to be able to hide simply by backing up onto the mountain a little bit, because then the players will not be able to see him. But Thule, if Thule is on that rock and the other players decide to pinch him, then he's not going to be able to take cover.
I love how Dreams took the time to take Minnie's backpack, put it on. He really wanted to rock that Crown military.
You got to represent the old school Showdown Crown backpack.
I mean, anything could happen here. It just depends on who's moving where.
Let's see where the safe zone is going to start to push.
Dreams-
Prodigy is actually taking a vehicle up to
He's
get a lot.
pushing straight up. This is the COD Rush intro. Prodigy with an extremely bold move, I want
now-
to say. Now both players are aware of where he is. He put himself in such a bad position there for some reason.
Prodigy
He's
did not have to
rushing up
push
to
it that
Sweet
fast.
Dreams. Looks like we have
He's
a 1v1
doing the rush,
spray off.
and now
Wow.
And
Tuliman played that
Thule.
well. All he had to do was finish out the fight.
Oh my
What?
God.
All he had to
What
do was
was
finish
that?
out the fight.
Thule
What?
just picked it up.
what was that? What kind of play making was that?
That was-
I'm gonna have to
that
say
was insane.
he just gave that game to Thule for absolutely no reason. That was not the smartest play for Prodigy, and even ruined Dreams' chances. I'm gonna have to say
But-
that was not the play.
Congratulations, Thule. That's fantastic.
There you go,
Way
Thule.
to play it.
Whoa,
Taking
that was
taking
an
home
upset.
game
Yeah.
2.
No, Thule was in this position where he was going to get pinched, but
Yeah.
because Prodigy was probably getting pushed by Gas and he did not want to get pinched, he wanted to take
Yeah.
the strongest spot. So he's like, "This might be my only card to play, so I'm going to
Yeah.
take the strong spot." Unfortunately, it almost resulted in
Wow.
them trading.
That is true. We
And
didn't get
Thule
to see-
just had to get one more shot.
We didn't
And-
get to see safe zone there. So, I am speaking from a caster desk. I know being in a competitive environment, you got to make a decision and you got to stick with it. So Prodigy went for it. He took out Dreams, but Thule with the opportunism actually netting himself game 2 win.
That
You
was
did
a
it.
bold move. A bold move. Congratulations to Thule and to Sweet
That's
Dreams
awesome.
and to Prodigy.
Yeah.
Also, let's talk about some top moments. Can we talk about Tim's roof?
Yeah.
Is that now
think-
Tim's roof?
I think Tim spawned at the strip and laid on that roof the entire game until he had to get off, and he got 6th place.
That's
Well
huge.
done, Tim.
He got
That's
6th
huge.
place. And also, SpongeBob laying down by the rock at no help. Then the enemy coming up right behind him in
That
the
was
gas and able to
fantastic.
take him out before that the player.
I want to know how many kills Sponge got this game. He was killing the entire game from start to finish.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I wonder what alias that person is. I don't think I've ever seen Call Me
That-
SpongeBob.
he was Mr. Casualties back in Z1.
Oh,
Mr.
Mr.
Casualties.
Casualties.
Okay,
He
okay.
was
I
always on the
recognize that name.
leaderboards.
Okay.
He's been around for a long time, and I'm really excited to see him in the position that he was in this last game.
Yeah,
So
how did you guys feel about the whole that there was a lot of paralleled play between Inboxes and Ninja? They were both playing similar
Yeah.
parts of the map, similar gameplay styles. They both were put into similar situations, and then they both ended up getting taken out like right after each other.
Really interesting to see kind of how they had this parallel journey next to each other. Ninja bobbing and weaving through the residentials, Inboxes bobbing and weaving through the forested
Yeah.
areas, and both of them met the fate of a shotgun at such an unfortunate circumstance there.
The another one of my personal highlights, I think, was when Boxes, he was put into a horrible situation, getting pushed out of the gas at almost no health at all. He
Yeah.
threw a smoke grenade to try to give himself some time to heal up. While he's healing up, Mr. CLG calls. He comes walking right next to him, doesn't see him for the longest time, but once they see each other, the fight breaks out.
It's hard to avoid that shotgun spray. I mean, Causey had already popped off 3 shots before Inboxes was even
Aware.
aware.
Uh-huh.
And he was just sitting there blasting him away. So you can't do much against that.
Yeah.
A player like
Yeah.
Causey will connect the shot with the shotgun.
And then the domino effect, after Calsey got that kill on Boxes, he got killed right after that by a nade because he was very, very damaged from that fight. There's
Right.
always a domino effect. The risk reward, getting into fights too early or getting into forced fights, even if you can win the fight, you might get taken off by another player.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, this game 2 is. I'm excited to see this top 20.
Yeah,
where-
the top
where we're at.
20 is going to be interesting to see.
It's going to be really good, and it's all going to come down to the last
Yeah.
game to see how those scores change up.
Definitely. And, like, players like Thule, Prodigy, Dreams, first, second, third are going to be, netting themselves a lot of points here, despite, the not so great ending. I'm going to have to say they're pretty okay with
Yeah.
where they ended up. It might not have been a win, but they are going to net themselves a lot of points here, and that's
Yeah.
important for the top 10 placements. The top 10 scorers are awarded a golden AR here, so and it looks like our results are ready for the top 20. We're going to take a look at game 2.
These are the scores for game 2. Top 20 players. Thule, Prodigy, Sweet Dreams, and Echo Fox Mini getting 4th place. Doing a very, very strong performance. Tim got 7th place, not 6th place. Pardon my misspeak. Carta also doing very, very well. You're right, though. A lot of the players, or not very many players, getting top 10 that got top 10 last game. That's very, very interesting to see. But it was a great game. It was a great game. Let's take a look at
Yeah.
the top 10 overall from game
Wow.
1 and game 2.
This is exciting. I'm really excited to see a lot of people that maybe they're not as famous, I guess, in the Twitch world, but fantastic players and known among the H1Z1 community. Sweet
Definitely.
Dreams taking the first spot with 263,000 points and dropped right below him. We have Crank, Zachary, Thule, Bull, Prodigy Aces, who was dominating this last game, Aladdin, who did really well in the first game, SpongeBob, and Tim, our roof guy,
Our
is making
roof
it in the 10th
legend.
spot. Yeah, 6th place, and you can see what will put you in the top 10.
Yeah,
doing just that.
one of the skills is knowing when to move, when not to move, and he knew when to move and when not to move. All right, so we have with us, joining us today, it is my pleasure to invite Arclegger. Arclegger,
Hello.
welcome
How's it
to the
going?
desk. Thank you for joining us today. Arclegger is
Yes.
the senior game designer of H1Z1 King of the Kill.
You guys don't know who he is, though. So
I just got hired
Yeah,
10,
he's
10
new.
years
The
ago.
new guy, the new guy.
Yes, hello, everyone. You
pleasure
guys
to
have
have
been doing
you.
a great job here on the caster's booth. Filling in for Pineapples. He's been doing a great job, too. But, yeah, it's great to be here with you guys.
Very
And
good. Did you enjoy that second game of the Showdown?
Yes. Oh, my God, it was crazy. That strip mall area, we knew it was going to go down when they actually had to get pushed out of the gas. So we were trying to get be
Yeah.
prepared for it. But it was pretty exciting.
That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. So I know there's something that we were talking about a little bit yesterday, but I'd like to touch on it again because I know a lot of the people at home are very, very excited about team scoring. Right now there are
Yes.
solo scoring and solo leaderboards, but the concept of team scoring is something that's going to be introduced soon. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because that's something that everybody's
Yes.
very excited about.
I've heard that people want it, that people want team scoring. They've been asking for it. So we are listening, of course, and we are going to implement team scoring into duos and fives. So what you see now in solo is the way that you can rank up through the tiers and go all the way up to royalty if you're good enough. You can now do that in twos and fives. And the way that it works is you have a team score now. So everyone who's joining a team, or maybe you're doing a pickup team and you're just going in solo, you're going to have a team score. And all the kills and now all the assists are going to be added to that score. So as your team gets kills and as your team gets assists, you get a team score. It starts to go up. And then as each team gets eliminated, all the rest of the team's scores go up. So if you think about it, it's kind of like solo. As each person dies, everyone's scores go up. It's going to be like that in teams. As each team goes down, everyone's score is going to go up on top of the kills and the assists. So we're really excited about that. You're going to be able to go up the ranks and be on the leaderboard for team scoring, and that's just the initial rollout phase of what we're going to do with this next, hopefully with this next preseason. But the next phase of team scoring, we're trying to go a little bit deeper on what does it mean to actually create your own team. And you play for CLG, and you can't right now currently make a team called CLG, H1Z1 CLG team. And hopefully soon for phase 2 of team scoring, we'll make it so you actually can, and then that team can go up the leaderboards. So for phase 1, it's just going to be you can get a team score, you can grind the leaderboards, and you can go up, but then phase 2 will be you can create your own team and do that as well.
That's really, really exciting. That's
Yeah.
going to add a lot more incentive to players playing twos and fives. Right now, it's super, super enjoyable to play with your friends, but there's a lot of extra incentive in the solo mode because of the leaderboards, because of the scoring, and having that in twos and fives is going to really, really boost that incentive as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. I'm excited about that. I know we're also excited about the
Yeah.
whole assists adding to points.
Yeah.
'Cause right now, it's always like a bitter feeling when you get an assist because you're like, oh, that guy stole my kill. But now that there's points that might be awarded
Yeah.
from assists,
Yeah.
that's going to
Absolutely.
alleviate some of that.
And we
pain.
have been looking at all of the feedback that you guys are giving us about scores and kills and points. So we will be trying to experiment a little bit more with points. I don't want to say that this is final yet, but things have been floated around about how we can change kills and assists to maybe have it be a flat score, so you don't have to worry about calculating. The later scores or the later kills give you more points than the earlier kills. These are the discussions that we're having now as we're trying to finalize the final implementation of what we're going to do for the next preseason.
And
Very
speaking
cool. Very
of
cool.
that, I do have a question for you, Mr. Arklager. You recently posted on Reddit about the feedback from the community and fixing things in the game
Yes.
and things they'd like to see fixed. How has that been going?
So really well. So we have milestone planning, and before our milestone, we talk about the priorities that the game need. And I was very, very vocal about how this game needs to be fixed, basically. There's a lot of bugs and there's a lot of issues that have been around for a very long time. And it's nice to have new features like team scoring.
Right.
But a lot of the priorities need to be shifted to fixing the game and fixing the bugs. So that's what we're doing. And so I got a lot of feedback internally. I got a lot of feedback from Reddit and from Twitter, and I compiled it all, and we prioritized it, and we have a massive list now
And
that we can go
we
to.
got to see that list here ourselves, and they are working on it one at a time.
Yeah,
so.
and so some of the things have already kind of gone into the game. We've done a first pass at fixing headshots. Occasionally they would hit as an armor shot, and it'd be really frustrating. Hit
Wait,
reg, obviously.
That's frustrating? I'm not
yeah,
sure.
yeah, right, exactly.
I'm not sure.
So there's just a bunch of issues that we're going to try to solve over the next few weeks to months, and hopefully we can iron out what's going on or what's wrong with the game right now. And you heard Anthony come on before,
Yeah.
and listening to him, you can tell that he really cares about this project, and he's been
Yeah.
doing really great.
Definitely.
It's a huge
Yeah.
asset
He's
to the
been really,
team.
really vocal on Twitter and Reddit, and very, very informative and transparent, like we talked about earlier.
Yes,
which is cool.
definitely.
Like one of the very encouraging things for me as a player and as a streamer is I know you and everybody here at Daybreak and everybody working on the H1Z1 team is very, very open to feedback and
Yeah.
wanting feedback, like actively seeking out feedback. That's why they have the Reddit post looking for
Yep.
specific problems if you have bugs. There's good ways that you can provide feedback, and the team really, really looks for that. And it's
Definitely.
cool to feel like as a player, I can have an active voice and an active role in the development process just by providing the feedback as a
Yeah.
player, which is cool.
I mean,
Absolutely.
there's a lot going on. It's a really fun team to work on. We have a lot of people working on really cool stuff like team scoring. We have a lot of people working on just the patches and the bugs that are in the game, and we have a lot of people that are helping us bring this awesome show like the Showdown
Yeah.
to all of our players all across the world. So it's a lot of fun to work on this project. It's a lot of fun to be a part of H1Z1, and this year should be pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the common
definitely.
phrase "fix your game," which is definitely seen among the H1Z1 community, and I'm sure a lot of you in the chat are having fun with that as well. There's a lot of great positive changes coming to the
Oh,
game,
for sure.
and like we've said before, we got to see a preview, and it's really motivating. And you guys really are, and they can't always show fix things immediately and overnight, but over time and being patient
Well,
is going to.
we've
get us
learned a
somewhere.
lot of lessons on this project because in having a game like H1Z1, it is a genre-defining title, and there's a lot of things that you learn. There's not a lot of examples of the things to do right and the things to do wrong. So we were kind of learning them as we go. And also being an early access title, we kind of let players in really early.
Right.
So it's going to be nice to show everyone what it feels like to actually start getting that polish to a level of what it would have looked like had we just held on for, a few years and
Yeah.
then let players in, kind of like what you see with normal titles that aren't in early
Yeah,
access.
I
Right.
can imagine it's like a double-edged sword where you get a lot of players involved a lot earlier and build a community faster, but also you expose the players to a product that isn't as polished as it would be later on, like
yeah,
you said.
it is. Yeah, it is kind of
So-
like a double-edged sword, but it's also good because you could let them in and they help you, figure out what the game needs to become.
Yeah.
Right.
You have a lot of people to provide feedback. which
Yeah,
is
for
good.
sure.
And
So-
also, Ark isn't the only one fixing the game.
I am the only person who works on this
He
team.
is not.
I'm
and,
running the show, the camera, all of the bugs.
You know, we got to walk through the offices and see everybody that's behind the scenes, and of course he's a voice for H1Z1. But I mean, there's so many people working on this project, and I'm so excited to see.
A lot of
what's gonna
passionate
happen.
people. We have a theater here, and a lot of people are watching the Showdown live in the theater.
Right now.
And we ordered them some drinks and pizza, and they're having a good time. You can
Wait,
hear
there's
them.
pizza in there? I'll be
Yeah, you can bring in some
Okay,
pizza.
that's something to look forward to.
Yes.
For sure.
So regarding this event and this showdown, I know we talked to Greg yesterday, but the process of getting this showdown together, getting the camera angles together, because while we're watching the game, while we're casting the game, there's a lot of players that are going around spectating, providing those camera angles live while the game is going on. You are on that spectator team as well, along with Greg. Can you tell us a little bit about that process, what it entails to get all those shots that we're getting and we're watching right now?
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. We kind of stumbled upon this. You know, we didn't really know what we were doing when we first started, and we just figured, you know, let's get some players in there and spectate what's happening. And we've now done some solos. We've done some teams like
There
we
you
did for
are.
CW. And those are the guys. They're all in there spectating. They're the ones doing all of the hard work. I'm just kind of looking at telling these guys which camera to go to next. But those guys back there are doing all of the
There's Greg.
heavy lifting. But it's a lot of fun. You know, we have a good time, and we try to find the action, and we get to see everything, right? We get to see all the shots before we produce them to you guys. So it's really cool being behind the scenes and getting to see the games as they unfold. And you know, like we saw with that last game, as everyone started to find their spot on that strip mall, you know, we were like, oh, this is going to be kind of insane towards the end. So we were trying to get ready for it, trying to get as many shots as we could. Being a 150+ man game, it's really hard to catch all the action.
Right.
So we want to make sure that when we do find a shot for you guys, that we try to, you know, let it kind of unfold and kind of let you see, you know, what happens to it. Because we've learned that if you just go from left to right to left to right all over the place, it's
Right.
kind of hard to follow what's happening. So as you guys see the kill feed, people are dying a lot. And so we'll try to catch as much action as we
Yeah.
can.
Now, after game 2, what are your game 3 predictions? What do you think? How is it going to go? Is there going to be another strip mall situation?
I'm noticing a theme with the Echo Fox guys. You had Howie being super aggressive, and then Echo Mini being aggressive, and so is Flame, who's Tokyo Ghoul. So I look for those guys to be aggressive again, and hopefully it'll pay off for one of them. But I'm looking towards some of the consistent guys like Inboxes and Adrian. Those guys,
they're phenomenal.
they're
surviving
really
and winning.
good. They're really good at picking their spots. They're really good at picking their fights. I'm rooting for Ninja just because I'm a fan of Ninja. So if he does well, that'll be cool. But I think
Who's Ninja?
I don't know.
Not
He's
sure.
some
Not
guy.
sure I've heard that name
He
before.
plays Halo or something. Yeah, I think if I had to make a prediction, I would predict that either Adrian or Inbox is placed really high.
Yeah, well, they're all strong players. It's tough to make predictions. Like, one of the things that I love about this showdown is because I'm from the NA region, I know so many of the players. I've played with so many of the players, and I know how good so many of the players and all the players are in this particular showdown. It's tough to see what happens when you have these players that are very, very intellectual players, players that are crazy good at aggressive close range, long range, nades, and how that all combines and creates the dynamic games that we have.
The thing that I've loved seeing is how much smokes are coming into play in solos, because that didn't happen for a while. I mean, even all through, you know, people kind of did it in Z1, but in Z2, you've really seen the progression of how players play, you know, H1Z1, and it saves their life. It protects them from long-range shots. It's a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, you're creating that barrier to work around.
For sure.
It's very dynamic. So Arclegger, you've been a part of the H1Z1 team for a long, long time. You've seen this project through from Z1, from like when the game split, from Z2, and like the whole competitive side of H1Z1 coming out and the development of the esports. How is it for you, who's been a part of the game and the development of the game for such a long time? How do you feel when you see events like the Fight for the Ground tournament on live television, when you see all of the players that show up to play in the Showdown events, all the players in like last year's Invitational, and everything that's been happening with H1Z1?
It's surreal, to be honest. This has been a really, really crazy project, and in a good way, because there's just so much going on all the time, and there's always so much to do, and the game is so massive, right? You can look at the game mode and kind of just drill it down as a very kind of simplistic mode that is fun to play. But when you start peeling back all the layers of what this game has and what it brings to the table, you know, with its solos, its duos, its fives, it's like 170+ players, all the things that we can do with like hosted games. there's a lot to do. And
Yeah.
then the competitive side is just another big piece of it, right? You know, you have people that just love to play casually, and then you have this hardcore group of people that love to play competitively, and they're all playing together, and they're all playing the same game. So,
Yeah.
you know, you really got to pick your spots and find the balance of what's right for the game. And,
Right.
you know, it's been a learning experience for sure.
Very
All
cool,
right.
very cool. Well, I know you got to get back to spectating and that crew. We're going to be getting to game number 3 very, very soon. Any last words to the guys out there watching the games or the players that are about to play in the final game?
Good luck to all the players. I hope you guys had a
Yeah.
lot of fun watching. If you guys are just watching, I hope you had a lot of fun playing. And thank you to all of our players for playing H1Z1 and sticking with us for so long.
Perfect, perfect. Let's take a
Good
look at the
words.
scores one more time from
Let's
that
check it out.
last game and the overall combined scores from game 1 and 2 before we get into game number 3. This is the final game of the North American Showdown. Dun, dun, dun. So
We're going to
anything
welcome
can
Piney
happen.
back as well.
Pineapples, welcome back to the caster desk.
Magically approaching.
Hello. Hello, hello.
I am excited to see this final 10 because, like we just saw, Tim sat on a roof comfortably an entire game, got 6th place, and is in 10th place for the Golden AR. Right now, he has it. you
Yeah.
know, and he could play it again.
I'm really
Same way.
impressed by Aladdin's consistency. Aladdin has been playing very, very consistently. He placed pretty well. He didn't get like first, second, third, fourth in any. Well, he didn't do. Wait, didn't he get second place? Never mind. He got second place in the first one. But if he plays consistently, because he's 8th place right now, he's going to remain in top 10, which is really, really good. I like seeing players like that can play consistently. Also, I know Calsey got top 20. Around top 20 both games. I'm wondering how high up in the game he's going to have to place this game in order to get into top 10. A lot of mix-ups and a lot of change-ups are going to happen in this last game.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling, you know, a really good game coming out of Crank again. I mean, he has shown in first game 1 and game 2. Game 2 especially, he had so many assists on the board. I don't know if there's any way to track that, but in game 2, he was railing people with the AR.
Definitely. A lot of well-placed bullets, to be sure.
Definitely. And speaking of the AR, make sure you guys enter in code ShowdownNA at h1z1.com/redeem or on the main menu of H1Z1 itself. Enter your activation code. Get yourself a free skin. You know, get yourself something nice. You know, we're approaching the weekend. Treat yourself. It is
Treat
a little
yourself.
free, but hey, there's nothing wrong with free 99. Get yourself a new skin, add it to your collection. You know, I know there's a lot of collectors out there or people who don't have a skin, so definitely pick this up. Code ShowdownNA.
Free AR. You don't hear that every day.
Exactly.
This is the second to last opportunity you guys are going to have to get this free AR. There were 5 showdowns. This is the 4th one. There's going to be one more tomorrow for the Asia Pacific Showdown happening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But from now until the end of the broadcast, you can redeem this code right now.
And here's Sweet Dreams, you know, the number 2 seed of the current, you know, tournament. So we're going to have to see how this all works out, you know, for the rest of, you know, these players like Dreams, Crank, you know, Dropkid. All these players are going to be able to see where they can, you know, hang on to their scores. Looks like game
All
3
right,
is
here we
now
go.
commencing. You know, players are going to be spreading out of the map. I see in the bottom, that guy's name is I Love Arclegger. You know, I think a lot of us here at the studios feel the same way.
I do
Did
too.
he change his name?
It looks like he did change his name. It looks like he's probably reset his score, so that is an
Somebody
unfortunate
doesn't
move.
really care
But
about winning this round.
Arc, if you're listening out there, just know that his love for you is worth more than a gold AR.
He has reset his name.
He's not concerned with winning the prize. He's just concerned about expressing his love.
Here's game 2. Winner Tulimain kind of finding himself at a new point of interest. Going to be contested by Reborn H1. This is a new addition to the map. Kind of finding some houses here on the base of Humperdinck Gorge.
We got a lot of very, very early deaths. Immediately, 3 deaths right off the bat.
Who
That
was
is
first
not a
blood
good
there?
situation that you want to be.
Who hit first blood there?
I know 5-star died and 2 other players.
Dreams, you know, with his trusty hat, you know, looking here, he got a backpack on, got a truck, he is living the dream. Boxes, getting a police car, heading. Looks like he's outside of Pleasant Valley almost. He might actually have to go into the city at this point of the game. Tokyo Ghoul, aka CBK Flame, and hit registration here at the B7 Hospital. This is going to be a standoff. This was recently nerfed, so there is not as much loot here as there used to be.
Hospital fights can always be scary because you never know if you're going to turn a corner and run into the next player.
So many people.
Whoa!
Are dead. Prodigy,
Oh
Aces Clutch,
my
Harry
goodness,
Frog,
where's
Back
all this
Carta,
happening?
Cam Soda, so many deaths on iconic players, and they are out of the
Wow.
game for good. That is the end of the North American Showdown for them.
Holy waffles, that's insane. Now, in this game, everybody has a chance, well, everyone who's still alive in this game has a chance to win it. If you are able to win the final game, even if you played very, very poorly in the first couple of games, you're going to be able to have a high enough score to win the Showdown AR. But if you die in this game and you haven't done well yet, that's going to be it.
Holy waffles.
Holy waffles, Batman.
Got
Bean
guacamole,
pod.
bean pods. So many different food items.
Now, this is a player that's really interesting for us. Well, I believe he's a Chinese player who plays frequently on NAOS, but he is very skilled, and he's definitely not somebody to underestimate. I have had to run into him many times, and he is a very skilled close quarter combat.
Oh, looks like Gaming is coming back for the fight. We got a jumping shotgun fight. They're both down to about one shot with the shotgun. Who's going to take it? Who's going to take it? They're going back. They're doing the dance. The Strip Gaming is pushing,
Wow.
and he is able to get that kill.
I should just
Fantastic.
stop talking at this point in the game. I just give everybody the caster curse. I am so sorry.
Well, see you later, Piney.
Yeah, all right, guys. I'm going to be leaving the desk. We're going to be leaving. I think this water bottle is going to do a better job of me at this point. You know, avoiding losing his helmet from Kamikaze, getting inside the building safely. All these players, like 128 remaining. The gas hasn't even starting moving at all. Like Mob's ready to transpair. Mob's taken out of the game.
Oh, my goodness.
That is unfortunate. That's got to hurt for C9 Mobs.
Now, I don't know if a lot of the player deaths in this game is because players are playing more aggressive or players are getting antsy and going into more populated areas, or if it's just coincidence. But so many more players are dying in this game than before. In the past games, it was a couple minutes before it started to get this crazy, but we're already down to 126 players within the first few moments of the game.
Now, here we're seeing a Remix coming into Kudo's building. I don't think Remix is aware that there's another player in here. Kudo finally started moving. He jumps out of the window, kind of revealing to Remix where he is. He gets shot in the back.
Oh, he got shot twice before Remix.
That
before
was
Cruz
a
even saw him.
play, definitely a little, you could have gone out a different way there for sure instead of revealing to another play. You hear the window break, you hear the jump, you know they're going to be outside. Look at, we have Bizarre TV in the far bottom right, Swaggerly in the far bottom middle, Nightwalker in the bottom left, Little Gina Cole, nobody at the dam.
Take a look at that up on the far northeast side of the map. Little Gina Cole is all by himself.
Yeah, Ninja off on the side road as well, right by Tfue, and I'd love to see a battle of the Titans between those two guys. They've definitely had a rivalry, especially with Preseason 3 being rank 1 and rank 2. Only, a few of the only people in the game that had over 10 30 bombs on a single season.
Wow. That is a feat in and of itself, and that's the reason why they're in the showdown today.
Yeah, definitely. Rank 1, rank 2.
Oh, Stay
Lifted.
Lifted has got a close range fight, but is able to take out Maxa.
See, that was scary too because Lifted didn't actually have a body armor on, so using that AR up close against Maxa was definitely rough for him. But good job on Stay Lifted there, kind of securing that.
Yeah, now I know Stay Lifted has not gotten very, very far into the games, the first and second one, but he is an incredibly capable player. If he's able to win this last one or get second place or maybe even third place, it might be enough. Look, oh my goodness, looks like MiG-99 has just killed Aladdin.
Oh.
Two players, both winners of the Fight for the Crown tournament. That's going to be tough for Aladdin,
I
Piney.
don't think I've seen this player. Nye Morris, Waller. I didn't see either of these twos in game 1 or game 2. Did you?
I don't know. They might have died early on. They might not have made too much of a splash.
I guess we'll have to keep an eye on them. I have not seen them perform in either of the games.
Yeah. Looks like they have a little bit of a building fight
Looks like we're
going
seeing
back
them
and
perform
forth.
here. They missed every single shot on each other, but I guess that's what happens when you're on a roof. They're just going to hang out here, do the CLG strat.
The roof roll. I'm a little bit heartbroken for Aladdin because Aladdin is 8th place from game 1 and game 2, but he died so early in this game. I don't know if he's going to have enough points to stay in the top 10. If he gets bumped off, he's not going to be receiving the next golden AR.
Got two guys at the trailers right here.
Kevy and crossover.
Yeah.
Kevy had a great game 1, but unfortunately his game 2 not so great.
Does
And
Kevy
there's a
see him?
chance of
Oh.
getting taken out here. It
Kevy
looks like
doesn't
he
even
didn't
see
know.
him. No, he
Ooh,
didn't.
But they're going to have the close range fight.
Oh,
Kevy.
Kevy.
Handle that easily.
He did. He didn't even see crossover and made that move.
There's a pattern I'm seeing in
That's
Kevy.
the second time.
Kevy is a very, very strong player, very
Yeah.
confident player. Even if he doesn't see an opponent, like he's gotten the dropped on him a few times,
Yeah.
but he'll whip around and decisively deal with the fight.
And he makes those quick decisions and those reflexes.
He seems to
Getting
go
this
for
kill.
like a body or like at least a headshot, knocking 25 HP off, and he immediately pulls out the shotgun just kind of as a finisher. We've seen it a few times coming up from Kevy.
It's been really effective. It's been really effective. Now, I just saw two very known players, fight each other, and unfortunately MiG-99 died. It was Sean or the Visions taking out MiG-99, so MiG is not going to be in the game either. But Sean still has a chance to prove himself. There is a player named Hi Dude who has been killed in this game.
Hi Dude 32.
Hi Dude.
You
I'm
think
so
Hi
sorry.
Dude 31 was taken? We got SBZR chasing C-Class relentlessly. Papa John's with a clean 2-tap on death for you. SBZR really wants his kill for some reason. He doesn't even turn away. He is just absolutely chasing.
Oh, we got another close-range shotgun fight, and Arsenal is taken out by Breeze TV.
There has been so many shotgun fights across all the showdowns. I'd really love to see like the cumulative amount of shotgun kills we've seen across all regions.
Yeah, the shotgun is working. You can't argue with that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see the shotgun used to great effect, watch these players. They're all strong. And you know, that's part of the reason why it's so dangerous to run into a player close range in this particular showdown. If you run into a player, you know for a fact that they're probably not going to miss their shots. They're very, very capable. And you're not going to have those situations where somebody misses 4, 5, 6 shotgun shots before they take you out.
We have Adrian here in a truck, kind of heading up a
Scrolling along.
Humperdinck. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these players are going to be playing the outskirts of the map here. Monster, Carter, you know, all these people are going to be just kind of playing passively. We saw like a very weird ending last game. Monster taking shots. It's Carter here hits 2 shots and knocks off the armor, leaving him at 50 HP and depleting fast. Monster's going to play the aggressive here. I know he's an aggressive player. He loves, you know, rushing out with the shotgun. This is kind of his forte, is rushing out on people.
He's moving in. He's moving in. Oh, he just saw Carter pass him. If he gets one more shot, he's dead.
There it is, the
And
shotgun.
there's the shot.
Yeah, the shotgun, you know, the lethal. Monster is definitely a player familiar with rushing with shotgun. Box is chilling in the center of the map, kind of by Salty Tier Lake, just hanging out.
He's got good visibility. He's got a car. He's got mobility. He probably has some good loot. At this point, any player with a police car has very, very good mobility. They can use the police car to chase fights they want to chase. They can use the police car to get away from fights that they don't want to take, and they can simply use it to keep themselves cover.
You know, we have explosive arrows coming out from Papa John's. I did not see that on the menu the last time I was there. Let me tell you, that's a new one.
Papa John's. It's the first time we've seen explosive arrows in any of the Showdown games so far.
Yeah, and Reborn have a pistol? That's totally a pistol. I think he's taking after OG Triv here. He has arrows and axe, frag grenades. Like, this man is well equipped with a unique arsenal.
Does Reborn only have a pistol and a shotgun? Is he trying to bait Papa John's into a close range fight or what?
Maybe. Papa John's found a lot of frag grenades. He had enough to make arrows. He just threw 4.
He just threw up 4 plus explosive arrows. 5!
Where are you getting all these
Papa
grenades?
John's is loaded. This is not a pepperoni pizza. This is a pizza with grenades on it.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds dangerous.
There needs to be a warning somewhere.
Now, while we're at the kind of mid-game low, remember, guys, code SHOWDOWNNA, code SHOWDOWNNA on h1z1.com/redeem, or on the main menu of H1Z1. Get yourself a free skin. I know a lot of people out there are probably like, where's the code? What's the code? What's the code? SHOWDOWNNA, guys.
Penny, what's the code? I'm not sure.
I think it's Showdown EU. I think that's the one we're doing today, right?
Showdown.
Showdown.
NA.
Showdown
code.
AU?
AU? No.
Showdown SA?
NE, Northeast? No. Showdown NA, guys.
That's the code. It's official. You got another probably about 30 minutes or so to redeem it if you'd like to get that. By the way, Moon was put into a horrible situation just there. Down to about 1 shot, but got a crazy 2-tap and turned the fight around and was able to live to fight another day.
We've seen so many fights like that when they just turn around and the other person gets that kill.
Yeah, you can never assume that you're going to win a fight. You still got to be careful and you still got to play well.
So we got lethal.
Unless you're Kevy, then you have the reaction time.
Yeah, you have the reaction time of 0 reaction time.
Looks like Squeegee taking shots here at full. Bull is just quickly escaping, you know, in the patriotic AR. He's just running. You know, players are going to avoid fights as much as they can.
I love
Placement is
Arklager.
important.
Just killed Moon. A really strong player. Who is?
Yeah.
I love Arklager.
It's all of us because we all
It
love
is all
Arklager.
It is all of us.
That's the community player right now, representing the overall community, killing Moon. Moon probably wasn't all the way healed up from the previous fight.
I think we've seen, I don't know, I haven't seen Dropped. I haven't seen Thule Main, the Game 1 and Game 2 winners. Haven't seen much of a presence in Game 3, but I know they're kind of sitting a little bit more confidently at home, knowing they have a game under their belt. Probably going to net themselves into the top 10.
Ninja strolling around in his police car.
We
playing
got
it safe.
2 players, well, 3 players are very, very far away from the safe zone. Tokyo Ghoul, who's CBK Flame, Adrian, and Brother 2G. The other players are all getting fun. Look at all those players funneling right into Pleasant Valley,
Yeah,
in
that-
addition
Is
to
that
all the
Drassel
players
way south?
that are already in Pleasant Valley. Oh, Drassel
Is
is
Drassel
way
on
south.
foot?
What?
Drassel is
He is-
so far down
He's
there.
almost in the 10th quadrant.
But
He has a car.
He has
a car. He's
All
moving
right.
quickly.
But
Come
he's
on,
going to be
Drassel.
way out there.
I didn't, he was literally off the map.
Let's hope to goodness he has a
You
lot
know,
of medkits.
I think I know who I Love Arclegger is. It's
is
not a name change. It's T-Hump.
Is it T-Hump?
It has. There is no other player in my mind who would do that. It has to be T-Hump.
I Love Arclegger has been here from the beginning, and we just never noticed.
Has to be T-Hump. There's no other
Can we
person
get
I
a
can
Can we
think.
get a vote in the chat if
Who
I
do
Love
you think
Arclegger
I Love
is?
Arclegger
Who
is?
is it? Can we get some T-Hump emotes, maybe? Something like that? Spamming if you think it's him.
Yeah, can we see some brotherhoods coming out
Some
of the chat?
brotherhoods. I have
Let's-
some brotherhoods, but I can't post that in chat.
Let's see.
Causey taking it easy on the
91
ATV.
players remaining.
Now,
to-
Causey's one of those players who's been performing pretty well in Game 1 and 2. He wasn't in the top 10 combined, but he's close enough where as long as he gets top 10 this game, he
This
should
is
have
a
enough points.
Close quarters fight.
Rogue FPS, this is very close quarters. There's no room for error right here.
No.
Rogue does not like the fight. Rogue's actually going to get out of there because
Their
Box is
cars were-
coming from behind.
The cars were almost touching.
Maybe there was a bit of a fender bender. There was some road rage, but Inboxes came to break up the fight and kill one of the players.
Not a bad plan.
Sloth is still in the game, taking out players. J Mo is still in the game, taking out players. S Brown is kind of chilling with some good
Yeah.
visibility.
Wow.
Nice guy, JP2 has been taken out. Unfortunately, Sweet Dreams is zooming around with his truck, still trying to get some mobility. We've seen a few players get shot out of trucks in these games, which honestly, getting killed out of a vehicle is one of the most unfortunate things to have happen because there's nothing you can do. If you
Lucky
get shot out
day.
of your truck, it's all based on what the other players can do.
Lucky Day's utilizing this wall. I think he knows that Active is in that house. He's waiting for him. River is right behind Rocky. Rocky sees him. Oh,
W.
Oh, he
gets
got a
hit.
nice hit on Rocky as he's trying to drive away. I don't know if that was River or Kyreg because they were both shooting at him. Kyreg and River have kind of started fighting now, doing the dance. Kyreg is getting back into his police car, maybe chasing Rocky. Rocky probably got a medical kit off, and now he's just going to try to escape
Crank.
and keep healing.
Frank jumps out of a third floor window.
Brother Crank!
He's hanging out. He's already in third place. You know, he is well equipped to win this game or get into a top 10. He is going to be playing for a late game. Again, one of the smartest players I've known in the H1 scene. Definitely out here to prove himself.
Everyone's trying to prove themselves, especially I Love Arclegger.
Whoever that is.
The mystery continues, and the plot thickens.
So many players still alive. Kyreg is definitely one of the players that I like to look at because he's highly skilled. He is insanely good at this game. And he's definitely someone that needs to be highlighted more in this community.
Kyreg. Got it.
83 players. The safe zone is still pretty big. Honestly, if all of the players are playing passive, this safe zone is perfectly big enough for all of the players to kind of find their own zone, to post up, to chill, maybe some pinches, maybe some fights here and there. But I think the fights are
Oh.
only going to break out when there are players forcing each other.
This says
Waller.
CLG on the roof.
He's doing the CLG message on the CLG roof. He has officially put a name tag on the roof that has been known as the CLG roof. He's repping it. He's rolling. He's repping.
You know, hanging out. He's definitely listening to the sweet sound of our voices while he has the stream open on his other screen. Definitely a bold move.
A bold move indeed.
to put yourself out there like that. Definitely something you want to, you know,
He could have come in the
expose.
game with a plan.
Yeah.
That was the plan. He wanted to count out all of his bullets, make sure he had enough, so he
Yeah.
wanted
We
to
could
drop
pretend.
them all.
We can pretend.
You
Teenage
never
and
know.
99 taps next to each other, both going to be forced out of their building here.
Oh my goodness. Brother 2G coming closer to the safe zone. I don't even see Drassel on the map anymore. No, Drassel's right there. He
Drassel's
made
just
it
outside
back.
of the gas.
Drassel
He
made
made
it.
it. Yes.
Let's
Ladies and
go.
gentlemen, Drassel's gone from literally off the map back into the safe zone.
Look at
he
all
made
the
it. He's
good
not dying to
players.
the gas.
all the good players too. Like right on the rim of the gas, we have like T-Hump, Tfue, you know, Drassel,
Keebler just took
Tokyo
out
Ghoul.
Calzy.
Oh no, that's another heartbreaking moment
Yeah.
because I don't think that's going to be far enough for Calzy to make it top 10.
Papa
However-
John's with another kill as well.
Papa John's has been killing.
Yeah.
Ninja hanging out here. We haven't seen much action come out of Ninja. He's playing very safe. Milky Day on active FPS, and he did 100 damage in the gas. Actually tickled him enough to make him die.
no.
That's really
What are the
unfortunate.
odds? Milky Day
No.
literally did everything, and then he just stepped back into the gas and got him
Adrian
killed.
barely dodging the bombs. A beautiful turn right there in his truck. It looks like he's going to be kind of taking a look at this airdrop here.
Woo! Teenage reppin', holding down the fort. Nice hipfire spam. I love Arclegger with another kill, taking out 99 taps. Holy moly!
Broderick here, surrounded by Ninja. Like so many players are going to be moving in here. Remember, this is game 3. This is the last game on, you know, on the line here for these players. The last opportunity for them to make a name for themselves and to secure themselves a gold AR.
Papa John's is down, unfortunately.
Womp, womp, womp,
But great kills this game.
womp.
Great kills.
Fun fact, I used to work at Papa John's for about 2 years. I was a pizza delivery
You
driver.
did.
Uh-huh.
Kevy
Right.
just took out Tokyo Ghoul, which is CBK Flame.
Kevy and CBK, the battle of legends.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna be far. Like I don't think CBK Flame survived long enough this game to bump him into top 10. We're gonna have to see when the scores get tallied up, but
Yeah,
it's still early.
We saw in game 2, Twitch TV Casper Live, I believe his full name is. He did really well. Is he still, you know, around in this game making a presence, or did he go down early? I must have missed that one. We got Denial Sloth hanging out here and right at the church, praying for a good safe zone with C-Class. They are on their knees begging the RNG gods for a good safe
Please,
zone.
please.
You could just hear them in there, you know, at home, just like, please give me a good safe zone.
Unfortunately, the owner of that church, Howie, is not here to say hello.
Howie's church.
Howie's church.
Howie posted up on top of the church in the EU Showdown, and he
He
stayed there
claimed
for a
that.
long time fighting people off. He held it down very, very well.
In your boxes. He is definitely wanting to redeem for game 3, get himself a gold AR. Definitely, you know, somebody who has already proven himself in the competitive community, but you know, you can't not want another trophy, right, on the shelf.
Right. Yeah.
Teenagers just trying to juke, but it's not
I
enough.
love Arclegger takes Teenage out.
That's at least the third kill from I Love Arclegger. The third one that I've specifically noticed. I Love Arclegger.
I'm gonna
Is
have to
this
say
guy?
that's T-Hump. I'm gonna have to pretty sure that's T-Hump.
Is that the consensus?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
think
need a
we're gonna have to
confirmation.
consent on that one.
Looks like the FPS and Nightwalker are both in the game. Still trying to represent CLG in this showdown. We got members from Rogue represented in the showdown. We got members from Denial, from Luminosity. Waller, who is the
These
CLG
guys.
roof man.
It's Nye Morrison Waller again. Ooh!
Oh my goodness!
Ow.
Waller with the crazy
Is it
spam
enough
2
though?
tap.
Is he gonna live? He does with 1 HP, barely hanging on to his life. See, this is what happens when you get off
This is
your
what
roof.
happens when you leave. Go back up on the roof, Waller. Go back up on the roof. You know what? The safe zone is probably pushing players out. I'm curious to see where the safe zone is going. I don't think it's encompassing Cranberry any longer, but we will see next time they take a look at the map. Shaver is still alive in this game. Moving back into the safe zone.
Getting shot at by Keebler, takes 2 shots to the body and loses his armor. That's going to be awful for Schaefer being on the ATV. Safe zone is now encompassing a little bit of Dragon Lake, the G4 compound, the church, where those guys are praying for a good safe zone, and the mountain. We're going to be seeing a lot of interesting interactions here with the open field. Brother 2G in a fight against WBG Rocky. Both of these players are kind of far away from their vehicles. Attacker looting the airdrop. He's committing to that, which means there's probably a hunting rifle. He does equip it onto the
He
back.
grabbed
Starts
the hunting
reloading.
rifle with no smoke.
If
That's
you
incredible.
guys are unaware at home, this is a 308 hunting rifle, which is one of the only weapons that does a 1 shot to the head at any range. Now, this is going to be such a power play for Attacker. He is very confident killing with almost 15,000 kills in the previous season. He knows how to use these things.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Attacker uses that hunting rifle, simply because we haven't seen very many hunting rifle kills yet in this showdown.
I'd really look at this. My man T-Hump is hanging out in a bush. That is some next level going rogue strategies. Take notes, kids.
Two
Well,
players
You have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
very, very close as well.
He might have been just
we got
relieving
Lethal
himself, to be
Menma
honest.
and T-Hump right next to each other. I don't know if they're aware of each other's presence.
Oh, he
T-Hump-
sees him now.
T-Hump
He
sees him.
sees him now.
Menma has his
Oh,
back turned.
no, he's coming so close. This is going to be a crazy close range fight.
Ooh, the full spray AR taking out Menma.
But does he know that Milky's right behind him? I don't think
Ooh.
he knows. Milky's pushing across the road. They're very, very close to each other.
He does
I
have a
love
nice
Arclegger's
little
gonna have to
corner
heal up.
here. 1 HP, has the armor up, healing as fast as he can. Milky Day pushing into the backyard, does not see the player. T-Hump will be aware of his presence here. He did see him using third-person camera. Milky Day losing his helmet. T-Hump with the side pinch. Gonna break the fence. Milky Day is forced to reposition onto Young
Between
Prox.
Young
Pushes
Prox.
Prox and takes him out. Milky Day
Wow.
scraping by with 75 HP. T-Hump using the opportunity to reposition to a different backyard and kind of get a different angle on Milky Day here.
Do we know if this is T-Hump for sure?
I'm gonna go under the assumption that it
We're
is.
boldly
yes.
believing.
I just I don't want it to not be him and not give somebody
I
credit.
think we have
Situation was
received.
He is
quickly
playing
turned
quite
around.
well, though.
I think we have received confirmation that it is T-Hump.
Oh,
Okay.
that flashbang grenade was
Ooh.
incredibly effective. Milky Day could see
Wow.
nothing but a milky white screen. And I love Arclegger / T-Hump just pushed.
Sloth and C-Class still here praying for a safe zone. They are going to be saved briefly, but I think it's going to pull away from them on the next ring. I believe that is also the 5th kill or so for T-Hump. So he's definitely coming in game 3. You know, with the Storm, he wasn't playing game 1 or game 2, I believe. So this is going to be interesting to see if he can net himself into the top 10 in one single game. Kudos to you.
If he can get the win, anything is possible. Honestly, any player that wins one of the 3 games, regardless of how they do in the other 2 games, should still have enough points to get top 10. I don't think there's been anybody in the past showdowns so far that won one of the games and didn't receive the AR for getting top 10. But I guess we'll see. It all kind of depends on how the other players perform. All depends on the other scores.
There's the sirens. Gas is going to be moving out. Here's Casper, the not-so-friendly ghost, kind of hanging out in a shipping container, just hanging out in the crate.
So this safe zone is going to be pretty different from other safe zones we've seen. There's a lot of open space, and there's a lot of hilly terrain and a lot of trees. Right here, what we're seeing is a big, big open area. Not a lot of cover and a lot of visibility, and it's tough for a lot of players to fit themselves in that type of terrain without getting pinched.
I would really like them to go see players like Cloak, Sean Easy, AK Visions, Drassel, some of these players who haven't got as much airtime as they'd like, but they definitely should be highlighted.
Yeah, and they're still alive in this game.
Here we have a fight versus Ninja and Imperial Hall. Ninja finding himself at about 60 HP, still does have a body armor. I'm not sure he's aware that there's a player right behind him.
Plus, let's not forget Broderick coming in from behind Imperial.
And Gas is going to force these players out ASAP. Looks like
We're
going
in
under
the
the
ground.
map. And we're back.
Oh, to the prayers. Please, safe zone, please, safe zone, please, safe zone.
Imperial Hall pushing up, getting shot from the side. He now is aware of the player around him. Ninja got out of there using his police car. But these 2 players are on foot, and SBZR off in the distance here.
I'm happy to see players like Brother 2G and Adrian and Drassel, they were able to make it back into the safe zone from being so far away.
And that is really unfortunate. The next ring is now available. It's going to contain the new point of interest, the shipping container yard.
yards.
And there's players like Sloth and C-Class who are in the opposite corner on foot at that church.
It looks like Ninja's been hit in his vehicle. He's just
His
healing
vehicle
over
isn't doing so great. He might rush into the shipping yards. This is the only big point of interest left in this safe zone.
T-Hump picking himself up another kill. Icency going down as well. I think, honestly, T-Hump's got to be racking up close to 8, 9, maybe even double-digit 10 kills here.
He's just playing aggressive, and it's been paying off.
That's his style. We all know T-Hump is a very aggressive player.
And Ninja and Casper were both at the shipping yards. So
There's
another
another kill from I Love Arclegger. He's
Wow.
unstoppable this game. He's playing confidently. He's playing boldly.
He's a half HP, you know, sitting in the smoke, healing up. There is more player. He's at Patriots live at 50 HP on the rim of the gas. You know, T-Hump is just healing inside the gas grenade, using the smoke as cover, and just trying to get to full HP as quickly as he can. Patriots live with the smoke grenade, using it to reposition, kind of, you know, using the block vision, but T-Hump is aware of his reposition. Vendetta off in the gas line right behind Patriots. So as long as T-Hump is patient, he will be able to net himself a kill. Losing his helmet down to 50 HP, turns and runs back into cover, and loses his
there's
life.
the death.
A little bit too confident play on T-Hump, losing his helmet, not being able to get back into cover in time with the East North American strafe there.
Waller was able to escape death earlier after coming down from the CLG roof, and he's able to escape death again by getting away from Bizarre's shots. Looks like that fight earlier that involved T-Hump. Vendetta finished and killed the player that ended up killing T-Hump as well. What goes around comes around, and that brings the total number of players to 45.
So we have a 1v1 between Waller, the CLG's biggest fan, versus CLG Nightwalker himself, with Brother 2G off in the distance at 50 HP. We're going to see a lot of these 3- or 4-way fights like breaking out right now, with the safe zone moving, Broderick being taken out by Imperial Hall. We're going to be seeing a lot of players either dying or running to the safe zone as fast as they can, try to net themselves a good spot.
Definitely, and with so much open space in the safe zone, it's going to be a lot of vehicles,
We heard that hunting rifle in the background.
I think Rogue FPS has the hunting rifle. He's gotten 1 kill with the hunting rifle so far. It's going to see if he's got it again.
It? We watched somebody loot it just
Schaefer.
It was
moments ago.
Attacker. Attacker
Ninja,
looted it.
Did he die?
And
He Rogue.
Casper.
He either died and Rogue got it,
Or is
or
there
Rogue
2 in
looted
play?
another crate. I haven't seen
might be
Attacker
2
in a
in
while,
play.
though.
I know Rogue FPS does enjoy using the hunting rifle for sure. He is pretty skilled with it.
Well, he's got it in a very, very important, the last game of the North American Showdown.
We have Drassel at the little campsite here. He is hurt a little bit. He needs to heal up quick. Adrian is closing in. Does he know Drassel's down there?
I don't know. 2 players from Luminosity. We got Luminosity Adrian and Luminosity
Drassel is
Drassel.
aware, taking shots at
Drassel
Adrian
is
from the side, taking his
Not
armor
very
off.
healthy.
Yeah, Drassel is just taking, shots while he could while they were free, but he is going to need to heal up here. He's got to play this one safe. Kevy1 taking nade damage from Adrian. Adrian being put down to 1 shot and taken out of the game by Kevy1 with the assist of Drassel taking off his armor. Kevy being at 1 shot himself. Swaggerly taking out Buffalo.
I think Drassel knows now that Kevy's there. Curious to see if he's going to push that and try to fight.
Kevy's in a pretty rough situation without very much health left.
Now, I know
But
Drassel.
Drassel doesn't know.
Drassel had a rough first 2 games. I don't think he's trying to play the aggressor here. He really wants to get himself into the top 10.
He's going to need to do well in order to get into the top 10 overall for sure.
Exactly.
That was honestly a brutal, brutal situation between Kevy and Drassel and Adrian, all incredible players. Adrian is arguably
Cloak losing his card. 50 HP. Smoke grenades coming out. He is surrounded by so many different angles. Franco taking out Ashton, kind of giving some breathing room. Lin Hun, a.k.a. Tfue, still alive here. Right up behind. Denial Sloth. 2 teammates fighting each other. Sloth being shot in the back here. This is really unfortunate for Sloth. Tfue might take him out of the game.
Remember, Rogue.
Flashbang
Oh
coming
my
out.
gosh, is this going
Sloth.
to turn it around? It wasn't
actually
enough.
taken out of the game. Tfue with a mastery play and showing dominance over his teammate with the pelvic
The
thrust.
BM,
I know he's
the
sitting there
BM.
going, lay, just absolutely pleased with himself that he took out Sloth.
Yikes. Now, the safe zone is small enough at this point where the gas is doing extra damage. So players that are stuck in the gas, especially if their toxicity is already up to 100, they're going to be in really, really bad situations.
We just saw Kevy taken out. Unfortunately, I don't know if that puts him in the top 10 at all.
I don't know. Kevy's taken out, and FPS is taken out, and Bazaar is taken out. Drassel, however, does still remain. And, of course, Dropped Kid is still in this game. He's been doing phenomenal this entire tournament. Now, Lin Hun, very tentative situation here. That tree is not going to provide very much cover. He does have some trees next to him,
No
but
helmet.
also no helmet. Exactly. Once that smoke goes away, he's not going to be doing so great.
Right. Box is moving around in his police car. It looks to be in good condition.
That impresses me a
Cloak
lot.
versus Franco. Cloak being taken out of the game. Franco actually did himself 2 kills here at this roadblock. That is a power point for the safe zone for sure. Tim's Pink
Tim is
Dilda,
still alive.
Kyreg as well. With so many hunting rifles this game. At least
Kyreg?
Rogue,
Attacker?
Kyreg,
Rogue?
Attacker. So many hunting rifles we've seen. So much more bold plays as the game goes on.
I'm not going to lie. I want to see Tim succeed. He had that 10th spot in the top 10, and if he gets a few kills and makes it in the top 5 situation, he could get a golden AR.
Definitely, definitely. If he plays consistently, that's the word that we're looking for. Consistency.
See,
that's
there's,
the
there's
word.
Rogue with
That's
the
our big
hunting
word.
rifle in his hand, so there is more than one in play. Rogue lining up shots on Tfue, but he's hesitant. His car is not in the best position. He might have to move here. Biofuel right on the tire of his car. Maybe not the best place for it. Mel 2-tap, passing by Kyreg. Kyreg bursting shots, not connecting.
Seems to be more and more people are accumulating around that compound area, that shipyard.
That's like one of the only good places to go where you have a better chance of not getting pinched. When you are out in the fields, out by a tree, out by a rock, so many things can go wrong, and you could get pinched by any players coming from any other side.
Lethal taken out of the game. Brother 2G taking shots at inboxes here. You know, not a lot of players are trying to fight. Airdrop coming in right over the center of, like, pretty close to the airdrop here. So airstrikes will be raining down across the map. I'd like to point out that Sweet Dreams, Dropkid, and Boxes are all still alive here. These are all people in the top 10 really securing their placement.
Waller has continued to put players down. He's still alive. Top 24. Remix can't two-tap is proving his name wrong. He was able to take out Brother 2G.
There's the airdrop. Dropkid, you know, kind of eyeing it out. Like, that's a power point in the map. Despite, you know, being airstrike, he really would like the hunting rifle. Smoke grenades coming out. Now he's playing this patiently. He's not rushing in there just yet. He's noticing that players are going to be rushing around him, taking shots at other players, kind of keeping him away from his prized airdrop. Safe zone is moving in. Dropped will be safe where he is there. Casper finally being forced out of the shipping container. Samuel, Constantinople, Tifu, Waller, Drassel, Sweet Dreams, Remix, all are going to be forced into the safe zone here in just a moment. Ninja's been sitting there for a while as well.
I suspect that a lot of players are going to die very, very quickly in this next rotation just because there's very, very few places to hang out. Like we predicted, a lot of players still have vehicles, and that's one of the only reasons why there aren't so many deaths happening right now, because everybody's remaining mobile, and the first person to hop out is probably going to get shot from a bunch of different angles.
There you go. We just lost 2.
Constantinople
Toxic gas.
down for the count. Ninja and Casper live and Schaefer.
Oh,
Ninja
no.
choking.
They both
He
choked.
took too much damage, and they both died in the
Wow.
gas. Schaefer just takes the car and says, I'm out of here.
Swaggerly and Oblivion going down as well. 17 players remaining in the arena. That has got to hurt.
And I think Inboxes is still in this game. Rethink is still in this game.
Drassel.
Drassel has been taken out, which I
Yeah.
think is going to seal his fate. Rethink
Rethink
is
on-
on fire, but C-Class is almost close to death as well. But he just turned it around. Rogue dropped taking out
actually.
Rethink from afar.
Yeah. C-Class taking out so much carnage. Kyreg, Inboxes, you know, still alive in this game with Sweet Dreams. Dropkid. This is going to be an insane top 10.
Yeah, it's a lot of strong players in it.
I'm very impressed by how long Inboxes has been able to keep his vehicle in relatively good condition. It is
Yeah.
smoking a little bit, so it's probably under 50, but he still has boost, which means he's going to remain mobile. He's going to be able to move around, and he doesn't want to hop out until he knows he's going to be able to jump out at a power spot.
This is a really
Schaefer
nice
jumping
spot.
out, trying to switch cars in front of Remix and gets two-tapped out of the
wow.
driver's seat.
No!
That has got to hurt. It was a
Remix
bold
can't
move.
two-tap. Actually can.
Remix can't
two-tap.
two-tap. That is the lie of the century. You can two-tap.
Kyreg is absolutely, like, asserting himself here on these two rocks. He definitely wants people to, you know he is a threat with his hunting rifle.
I gotta say, I'm so happy that Waller, the CLG fan, is still in this game. The CLG roof man
Might
is
not
still
be
in this
for long.
game
He
in
is
top 10.
He is against a
Don't call him out
powerhouse
quite
here.
yet.
Don't give him the caster
Yeah,
curse here.
don't
No
do it.
caster curse. We'll see if Waller and Sweet Dreams, what's going to happen. The fight is kind of going back and forth.
Dreams taking his armor off. Dreams is,
Waller is rushing
Wow.
confidently and just goes, nope, shotgun, and you are done to Sweet Dreams.
dude, that is rough. Sweet Dreams, he's probably going to net himself the gold AR. He was second place seed, so he
Of
will
course.
be fine
Second
with
place
11th.
seed. Going into 11th place, he's going to be very, very good.
Waller's definitely leaving his footprint in this game, that's for sure. Whether it's the CLG logo on top of that roof with bullets or all the kills he's getting.
Yeah, I want
Here-
to shake that
Impressive.
man's hand.
Yeah.
Here we
Very
have a look at the
impressive.
safe zone. Inbox is bleeding in the open, getting sniped at by Kyreg. If he gets hit once, he is dead.
Oh, it looks like he lost his car and is put into a horrible situation. He is in the middle of the safe zone, but he has no cover, no nothing. He's just trying to stay alive.
He is trying to stay there. Kyreg is also being shot from other sides. Safe zone is going to be around Little G Nicole and Keebler TV with Kyreg on the outskirts. Inbox is in the dead center. Rogue Dropped is going to have to push in. Samuel's going to have to push in as well. 10 players remaining in the arena. Chat, I need your predictions. Who do you think is going to take this game? Is it going to be Kyreg? Is it going to be the 2016 Invitational winner, Inboxes? Is it going to be Tim, the roof camper? We're going to have to see who's taking home Game 3.
Is it going to be Waller, the CLG Roofman? Is it going to be... Dropped has already won one of the games. Dropped won the first game. Him simply being in top 10 again is impressive, but
Yeah.
if he's able to win 2 games, that'll be the first player for this year's online Showdown to win 2 games of the Showdown. And he's only nine players away from it.
Right. Waller just takes out Mel 2-tap. He's out of the game.
Waller really, really representing. Getting another strong kill. Kyreg has the hunting rifle, but is almost dead. Drop does not want to get taken out with that one shot. I don't think Drop knows that Kyreg is so close to death. But Kyreg has been getting shot by everybody. He is in a bad pinch.
Kyreg is going down here by Dropkick.
There it is.
Getting these kills, too, are really cementing their score.
Definitely, definitely. Samuel and Dropped, forced to fight.
Drop taken out of the game by Samuel. That's got to hurt, but I think Dropped is going to be happy knowing he's probably going to be in the top 10. Box is taking out Waller. 5 players remaining.
There we go.
This is the confidence and consistency of a champion here.
Absolutely.
Box is definitely showing up.
His ability to survive in that situation that he was just in a moment ago, it was incredible, and it keeps him in the game. And now there's only 5 players left.
I'd like to see Keebler take this. He's a good friend of mine, and I don't know, he kind of came out of nowhere this game and is in the top 5.
You got
Keebler's
Samuel
been doing
in
well.
boxes.
Yes, he
Keebler, perfect Molotov
Well
landing,
placed
forcing
Molotov.
Samuel out. You know, he's going to try to get back into his truck, losing his body armor. Inboxes is relentless here. Getting another Molotov out onto Samuel. But Samuel's repositioning with the truck. Mel 2-tap off in the distance. Keeler TV and Little G Nicole. Now, we saw Little G Nicole in game 1. He unfortunately couldn't close out. He took 3rd place, but finding himself in the top 5 again, he's probably feeling pretty confident.
I don't know if Keebler knows how damaged Samuel is. He's only about 2 health. Oh, and this gas nade is going to be pretty huge, which is going to force Samuel out. Keebler is just going to have to hit him one more time.
Yes, great
and
play.
he's down.
Woo. All right.
We got 4 players remaining. It looked like Inboxes was kind of over on the far left side, and everybody else was on the right side. But it's going to turn into who can pinch who and who can not get pinched themselves.
This is a real nail biter.
Definitely. 4 players left. Inboxes, Remix, Little G Nicole, and Keebler. My votes for my good friend Inboxes.
I am literally on the edge of my seat. This is it, guys. 4 players left.
Ooh, that Jeep is bad.
That Jeep has seen better days. Holy moly.
Box is at the
Boxes.
top.
Taking shots at Remix. Remix is kind of, you know, between a rock and a hard place here and between a flaming vehicle, and he feels that one. He's going to feel that one in the morning as well.
Remix can't do tap. Doing very good. He got some strong kills. He took out Schaefer and some other players.
Right.
Keebler, Little G, who was also top 3 in one of the previous games.
Yeah, Boxes has
Great consistency.
probably the worst position right now, being in the open. He does have an uphill angle. Keebler going for the rush. He might be able to get a pinch on Little G Nicole if Inboxes plays this right. He can use this time to reposition. Sirens going out. Medkits are going to be going up. You know, smoke grenades are going to be going up. These players are going to try to stay alive as long as possible. Since these 2 players are in a 1v1 situation, Inbox is just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Definitely, definitely. Right now, Keebler and Little G are in the forest. Inboxes has pretty good visibility on the whole situation. However, if the safe zone pushes Inboxes, which it is right now, he's got nothing. He just has to run into the open and hope the other players are going to focus fire each other and not him.
Yeah, Little G Nicole is at 50 HP and depleting fast. Keebler actually choosing to take shots at Little G Nicole instead of Inbox. Inbox is just hitting the East North American strafe, the ENOS, and
The
actually
ENOS,
dodging
it's
almost
working.
every bullet.
He's dancing like
That
a
is
salsa
impressive.
dancer.
I bet you C's is sitting there clapping. Can we just take a moment to like recognize that skill right there? The East North American strafe put into full use.
Inboxes was able to get to good cover, and now he's in a good situation once again because the 2 other players are still in the woods, and
That's
they do
a
not have
great
very strong
spot to be.
positions.
And the thing is, too, that since he's uphill, he has a further range on his throwables to rain down into this forest. Keebler being at extreme disadvantage between both players.
Little G and Keebler are going to have open visibility on each other in just a moment, but it looks like Boxes might be pushed out of the rock from the gas again.
Look how close Keebler and Little G Nicole are. They're going to be on top of each other. It's going to give Inboxes some time to reposition, get himself where he needs to be. Both shots coming out. Keebler might go down here. Inbox is taking shots from the side with the
Inbox
headshot.
is taking out
Great
Keebler.
Inbox's beautiful headshot. Now we're in a 1v1 with the 2016 Invitational winner and Little G Nicole. A man trying to make him names for himself. They are trading. Little G Nicole is at 50% and, you know, depleting fast. Inbox with
Oh,
the
he has the
in
nade
hand.
out. This might not have been the play. If he
Kobe!
doesn't have the nade unless that nade lands and gets the kill.
It
Little G's at
connected.
1%
It connected.
health.
They're both at
They're
1
both
HP.
at like no HP. Is Inbox is going to bleed out, or is, oh my gosh, this might be
Oh,
the Kobe.
maybe.
The Kobe of all Kobe's, and
Oh!
Little G Nicole finishes Inboxes
Wow.
with the combination of nades amazingly placed, bullets as well. What an unpredictable
That is
result.
insane.
Wow.
Inboxes almost pulled it off with a beautiful nade. It didn't connect close enough. Both players were at like 5 HP severely.
That was
Little G
insane.
Nicole taking home game 3. Congratulations to you, Little
Woo!
G Nicole. That was
GG.
insane.
That whole game was really,
That
really
was a good
impressive.
Like you
game.
said,
Yeah.
nail biting. Like the situations that all the players went through, from good situations to bad situations, the journey Inboxes went through, surviving with his vehicle, getting caught in the middle of everybody by the rock, and then in the top 3, having to cross over, literally getting pushed out into the open with the 2 players who have visibility on him.
Yeah.
He juked, he danced, he survived long enough to get into second place, and then had some epic fights.
I think we really need to point out that T-Hump, maybe 9, 10 kills that game, absolutely decimating the field. It was actually insane. Like, he just came in swinging.
Yeah, he was playing aggressively. He was playing for the kills, and he got the kills.
He did. He
also,
really did.
I was very impressed. Usually, if a player starts goofing around in the game, they're not going to stay in the game for very long. But we had Waller kind of goofing off, rolling around on the roof, and then when he came down, he took out like 3, 4 players, big-name players as well.
Definitely, and it was like really interesting to see that he was able to kind of take out players like Sweet Dreams, like they're in the top 5, full composure and just confidence going into, like, knowing you're up against some of the best players in the game and still being able to stay that composed. Good on you, Waller.
Yeah. Now I'm happy to see that we had some more sniper rifle fights in that game.
Yeah.
We only saw a couple actual kills with the hunting rifle, and that's more of a testament to the good movement of these North American players. If you have really, really good movement, even the best player in the world isn't going to be able to pinpoint you with a sniper rifle unless you're running in a predictable line or they catch you while you're standing still. But the hunting rifle does provide that extra level of intensity, and knowing someone has a hunting rifle might change the way that you play. It might make you play a little bit extra safe, not stand still, not over-peak, things like that.
And we saw that Inbox is kind of bobbing and weaving back and forth, not letting Kyrie connect the sniper shot while he was in the middle of the open, and it kind of let him stay alive until second place, right?
Which is pretty good.
That movement is key in this game.
Now, I don't know, because Inboxes did not get top 10 first game or second game. He got second place third game. Do you think that's going to be enough to get him into the overall top 10 for that gold AR?
I think it might be. I mean, he definitely got some kills in the multiple games that were played, and he commits to his fights, and unfortunately he didn't finish it. But second place with all the kills he got this game might have gotten in the golden AR.
Definitely. We'll see when
He's
the
a
math
strong
is
player.
all added up for sure.
Yeah. I was really surprised too that a lot of the big name players that waited around patiently for fights did not successfully
Well, I mean, if you look at it,
kill people.
a lot of these big name players are slayers. They run around solo BRs or 5s and net themselves a ton of kills. But yet, when you play this competitive environment and you kind of take yourself out of your comfort zone, you're like, I can't fight. I'm going to get backstabbed. I'm going to, actually have an equal ground when it comes to fighting. You take yourself out of your comfort zone and you do worse. And you saw that, like, T-Hump, he was in his comfort zone. He was playing aggressive. You see him shotgunning. He actually had confirmed 9 kills. And so having that comfort in your playstyle in a competitive scene is important. And you can see it, like, translate to players who played safe and just kind of got 0 kills and net themselves nothing. Right?
That's impressive. Getting 9 kills in a showdown is very, very good. It's kind of like Champions Arena. Getting high kills in Champions Arena is more impressive than dropping a 20 bomb or a high 20-kill game.
Yeah, and solos. I mean, on solos, it's not equal ground. You're going to find somebody who's laying with a hat in the grass. We like to call them snakes, and it's sometimes free kills, but there's no free kills here. Now, we're going to take a look at the top 20 from Game 3. Little G Nicole taking home 211,000 points. Inbox is 185, which is a lot for second place.
That's a lot of points. I think it might be enough combined with his other scores.
And
Could be.
Tim in 8th.
Yeah, Tim got himself a lot of points as well.
Incredibly consistently. That's very, very true.
Impressive.
It's actually pretty insane to see how many players actually got points. Like, if you look at Ninja, 80,000 points, Drassel 89,000, and they had not so great games 1 and 2, but they kind of pulled themselves together. Now,
ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to see the winners of the 2017 North American Showdown? We have tallied up all of the scores from all 3 games, and we have presentable to you the winners. If you guys are ready, get an incredible amount of hype in the chat to see the official winners of this showdown. Blow it up in the chat and get ready to celebrate the winners that we are going to present in the countdown. Countdown with me, guys. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Rogue dropped as the first place winner. First place.
Look at that.
For the
Drop
showdown.
Kid.
Congratulations,
Little
guys.
G Nicole, congratulations. Sweet Dreams. Tim, very consistent 4th place. Bull in 5th place. Piney, there's your buddy.
Crank, Inboxes, Call Me SpongeBob, Tullymain, and Zachary. 1 through 10 for the North
Woo!
American Showdown.
That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes,
To
congratulations.
all of you guys. All of you guys are going to be awarded the animated gold AR-15.
No, the gold. Oh yeah, all the players they animated.
Yeah,
and the
this
gold
is,
they are to the top
This is
10
the skin
players.
you guys are taking home. Congratulations to you
Woo!
guys. Seriously, well done.
Yeah, it was really impressive. to
Definitely
watch.
well done. I know Inbox is in there like, oh, I
Yes,
just got another
he
trophy,
made it.
guys.
Yeah.
You
He
know?
made it. Definitely the most accomplished player. First place in the Invitational and second place in the Invitational. One of the professional players for Rogue. Now he has a gold AR to add to that. I'm very, very glad that he was able to get top 10. He really, really showed why he's a champion.
Yeah.
Able
Yeah.
to stay alive even in horrible situations. Like he was put into so much danger, but Boxes was able to survive.
Definitely.
And all of the players from top 10.
Mhm.
There was some heartbreaking moments as well. There were players like Aladdin. He was playing so well, so
Yeah, he
consistently,
did
but
start out
because of
well.
that last game, he wasn't in the top 10 at the end.
I
know
feel
some
like there
English
had to have
playing
been
well
some
as
close
well.
scores.
Yeah, they're
There had to have
definitely
been.
from 11th
Yeah.
to 15th. I'm sure there was a very
Oh,
small
such a
score
small
gap.
margin.
There were
between
some
those
people
guys.
that I thought for sure would be on the top 10 that were not just now, so I was a little bit shocked.
Yeah.
But super excited for you guys. Congratulations. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
To each and every one of you guys that have participated in this showdown, thank you for joining the games. I hope you had a good time. And for each and every one of
Yeah.
you guys out in the stream, out in the chat, thank you guys for tuning in today. Remember, you guys all have that opportunity to win the free gold AR, which is very not the free gold AR, the free showdown AR, which is very, very cool.
I got this one.
Go for it.
Wait just a second, guys. We have the Taunt Fest on Twin Galaxies live on twitch.tv. That is super exciting. It's H1Z1 King of the Kill. I've been on it 3 times. It's a lot of fun. It's a great show. And you can win a Twin Galaxies hoodie or pants, which is a really high commodity in the
Yeah,
H1Z1
definitely
community.
exclusive
Very rare
skin there
skins.
coming
And
out
if
of
you
those
guys want to hop over to twitch.tv/Twin Galaxies Live, you can watch the Taunt Fest. You can guess the number in the chat and try and guess when someone's going to die. And if you are the one that guesses it, you get the hoodie or the pants or whatever you'd like. They even have some other options like a HyperX headset, which is really nice if you need a new headset. But Taunt Fest is awesome. You guys should go check it out right after this.
And that's not the only
Absolutely.
thing you guys should check out. Make sure you guys show some love to the casters here on the desk. Flame Hopper, P90 Princess, and myself. All of our handles are down below. If you guys did enjoy our commentating and stuff like that, you know, our antics and stuff, make sure you guys show us some love, whether it's on Twitter or Twitch. You know, go show us some love. We're all broadcasters ourselves, and we would appreciate it back at home.
Yes, definitely.
I know for me, and I'm sure I speak for all of us, my favorite thing, our favorite thing about this game and this whole experience is the community. It's you guys. It's the people that play the game. It's the people that we get to hang out with while we play the game, while we stream. So you guys are what makes this community beautiful. So thank you guys for being a part of it.
And last but not least, tomorrow is the last showdown of this event. The Asia Pacific Showdown is going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is about, I want to say, 23 hours from now? Yeah, but right around there.
it's
It's going to be
tomorrow.
next day, guys. Next day.
tomorrow.
The
Get
Asia
some sleep.
Pacific Showdown is going to be the last showdown. We're going to see the top 10 players from that region. So if you guys are interested in watching it, we're going to be hosting it here at Twitch TV, H1Z1 King of the Kill. And we look forward to having you guys here, just like we've looked
Yeah.
forward to having you guys for the previous showdowns today and tomorrow.
Beautiful. Crazy awesome games today.
Totally.
Crazy awesome cast today.
Yeah.
Thank you
thanks
guys for
hanging,
joining
yeah,
us.
thanks for hanging out.
To each and every one of you guys, have a beautiful night. We will see you tomorrow for the final showdown. Be sure to snag that free AR.
And make sure you check out Taunt Fest right after this. They're staying on an extra hour to celebrate the showdown, and that's a really, really great show to check out. So,
Definitely. It's
Twin
the
Galaxies
it's the
Live.
official after party of this North American showdown.
Yes.
Beautiful.
We'll
see
see
you
you
later,
later.
guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.